Hello, everyone. It's been 2 weeks. It's been a busy couple days. It's still February, and it's still D&D. Welcome. My name is Siska. My pronouns are she/her, and I, as always, am your game mother, your dungeon mistress, uh, your sister behind the mist there. Anyway, uh, to session 24 of the Blue Lamp, which has been going since January 2023. So, a little mental applause for all of us for going for so long. We might not have achieved much, but we learned a lot about ourselves and the world and each other along the way.
Hey.
Right. Am I gonna do more major arcana references like last time? Perhaps. I am in for a world of trouble if the players find out what's in store for them today. Speaking of them, Algernon, some people might call you a hermit, but uh, I think you're an emperor.
Yes. I should have a crown. That's very true.
Are you trying
Well-
to say that Algernon represents authority? Really? Authority and traditional patriarchal values? I don't know about that.
I don't know.
know.
Well, I don't
know.
care what you
I don't
think,
know.
Maxie.
Nothing less patriarchal than fishnets, okay?
Folks,
Ha.
we have lost the train. We are getting on another one. Algernon, why don't you talk
Choo-choo.
about yourself and your character?
Oh my god, I love talking about myself. It's hello, I'm Algernon. They them. I play Xiomara, also they them. They're a little weirdo wizard who has too many weird crushes. And they're gonna have so many talks today. They're really gonna do a lot of talking, I hope.
Absolutely. And here, out of all the things you've taught me and I've taught you, I think the most important things we've learned from each other is temperance. Talk a little bit about yourself and Sally, why don't you?
Hello, I am Antir. He, him. Currently looking up the word temperance. Okay.
You don't know your tarot cards?
This fortune teller chose me my tarot card. I do not understand the card.
That's alright. Talk a little bit about yourself and Sally.
I'm playing Seti, he, him, who would also not understand the tarot card in question, so very fitting. And today I am, I guess, on a path of darkness in the Sanctum Noctis, where I just killed somebody. I had to, I swear.
Hmm.
Please believe me.
Please believe.
Please.
Absolutely. I'm genuinely running out of cards.
You've pulled 2.
What you mean? There's 23 of them! What you mean?
Yep, and so many characters whose voices I have to do today, Maxi. Uh, well, tell me, what tarot card is Florian then, Maxi?
The Fool!
We had the full last session, we
I-
can't
I-
repeat.
No!
I
The
mean,
Tower.
like, no, you don't. Nobody wants to be the tower. I would argue for the
Alright.
magician. I would argue for the
Florian-
magician.
Ooh.
We had the magician last session also.
Oh, shoot.
Florian, you may be stuck in the tower right now, but there's only one way out here, and that's down. And whether you're gonna land safe or not, you're gonna land. Why don't you talk a little bit about yourself and Tyr?
Ah, yes. Well, Tyr is my character, he, him. I'm also he, him. Well,
he.
if I'm gonna call him like a jaded cop one more time, I think I would just be disingenuous at this point. He has given up his entire life to travel with this weird group of people where he sees his new purpose and an opportunity to find himself in this weird adventure that he's come to find himself in. Wow, that was terrible. Anyways, I stand by the Fool. That will be my card. If you find a better one,
All right.
keep it to yourself.
And Maxi, since we're doing repeats now, you'll always be a star to me.
Aww. Hi there. Name is Maxi. Pronouns are they them. The Seven of Swords, by the way. That is the answer for today's riddle. I am playing as Omni, whose pronouns are any and all. A silly little freak, trying to figure out their place in this big old world. And they're currently still not talking to Shamara. And that's will they? Won't they finally talk? Probably not. But you know what? It's fine.
Right, folks. Now, as a tradition at this table, can everyone please give me a simple d6 roll? For newcomers to the podcast, or people who just like to hear me repeat things, at the start of every session, we like to roll some d6 so we can find out what the motivation for the character each session is going to be. And in this case, since the party is all split up, it also helps me figure out who's going to go first. Now let me just get my notes. That's right. Fantastic. We've got a 6 from Seti, a 6 from Omni, a 6 from Samara.
Yes.
The 666, the number of the beast.
666, the
Short.
one for you and me. And Tyr with a 4. Starting out with the lowest.
Fuck.
Tyr, why don't you do me a favor and smite the corrupt this session?
Wait, didn't I smite somebody last time?
Hmm.
No,
No, that time it was the unworthy.
Oh, it was smite the unworthy. You're right.
Now
Smite
it's the corrupt.
Gotcha.
Last time it was those who don't have power and crave it and don't deserve it. Now we have to smite those who have power and don't deserve it either.
I understand.
Right. Seti,
Yes.
since you rolled a 6, you'll be happy to know that I'm once again asking you to embrace the darkness.
Brace or embrace?
Well, your choice, but it is embrace. It's what's written here.
All right.
Omni. Well. You know how you got done seeking peace a while ago? How about you seek some war this time?
Ah, okay. I'm still waiting for the really oddball. Like Omni, today you're gonna do your taxes.
Seek tax.
Seek
And
less
Samara,
lust.
something that should be no problem for you, or should it? Be brutally honest.
Ah.
I don't think you've rolled this one yet. That's very exciting. We're going to start back where we picked up in a little abandoned town by the name of Black River. After just driving out again, the local zealots and crusaders, Samara and Omni find themselves in an abandoned shrine to the goddess Selen. Before you lies the altar, cracked in places, though it seems to have mostly withstood the tooth of time. Carved from white marble with golden veins. On top of it is just a simple blanket and a simple offering bowl. Behind it, a statue of your mother, Omni, carrying her scroll as she's often depicted, her hair cut short, her eyes kind, her arms wide, but her mouth strangely sad. In the other hand that isn't holding the scroll, she's holding a little disc, no bigger in diameter than a golf ball, seemingly made out of blue crystal with a hole in the middle.
Odd. My twin, Effie, currently Deimos, wanted me to come get an artifact. I'm kind of looking at this at the object on my mother's other hand, the non-scroll hand.
The non-scroll hand.
I'm-
The
I'm-
hand
I'm- I'm-
that is used for WASD, I suppose. No, you look at her
Okay.
WASD hand. You see what you can only assume to be. Actually, why don't you give me a little intelligence check here to figure out what this even is?
Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay.
Samara, you see your companion who still refused to talk to you approach the shrine to the moon goddess. You're still kind of trying to find your bearings. You You of course know that this, whatever this is that Omni is reaching towards, is something very important to the Order of the Crooked Man.
Hmm.
What are you doing in this moment, Simara?
I think I'm letting them do their thing because like I know that that's their mom, right?
You've heard something like that say. If you want, you can also give me a religion check. What you do know is that supposedly the moon goddess only had one child, but the way that Om talks about it, it seems like there were more.
Hmm.
You also know that Omni isn't supposed to exist. Like they are religious apocrypha. The only time you didn't read anything about them or the sword they wield was in a very obscure book that was mostly deemed non-canonical by the Greater Church of Salem. Great. With the 13, Omni, you know that this is a cipher. This is one of your mother's many little decoding rings that she gave out to her most loyal followers. Wasn't just for figuring out codes that were coded messages that were sent around during the wars. It also had a more magical, more holy purpose. But more than that, it's beyond you. The arcane was always more your other siblings, you know, Metier. The latter might have been able to tell you something about it, Effie for sure, but then again, Effie is the one who sent you out here without really telling you what it is.
Hmm. Would
As
be
you
a little
touch it,
silly. Oh, yes.
as you
Continue.
touch it, it is cold to the touch, but it's not a unpleasant coldness. It's rather comforting. It's like it's like a drop of morning dew.
I would like to pocket the cipher.
Pocket the cipher.
And could I do an investigation or perhaps an arcana? No, sorry. The other character that I play has good stats on like Omni, so I'm just like, oh yeah, I should do one of these checks, and then I'm like, -1, -1. But is there a check that I could do to double check the statue to make sure that there's nothing else that I'm missing? Particularly, you know, I would hate to not get the thing that Effie invaded my dreams for.
You get the strong idea that you just picked that thing up, but sure, give me a charisma check.
Charisma check.
As you're trying
Hmm.
to intuit something with the essence of your self understanding, your
Okay.
self conscience.
How does a 17 sound, boss?
17 sounds pretty good. Sense of profound sadness around this place. Of course, you know its sordid history. Shrine maiden murdered, town abandoned, taken over twice, once by the circus, then by the order, and by the circus and by the order again. All that is left now is a couple of scraps from the Shrine Maiden's wraps and this silly little ring that you picked up. It all feels kind of pointless, but this is a shrine of worship. It only means as much to the people coming here as their belief means to them. So you end up asking yourself, what is your relationship to your mother? What's your relationship to this temple? You notice now that
Hmm.
there's like a large dais in front of the altar, which you assume was meant for people to pray.
Um, I look over my shoulder at Xiomara, and I tell them, um, could I have a second? I know we must go, probably rendezvous with the rest of us, but I would like to just take a second just to sit in front of this statue, if that's okay.
Samara, you hear these words, which are the first words Omni has spoken to you properly since you landed in this forest.
Hmm. I mean, I think we can take our time. They're not evading us immediately, so do what you have to do. And I
And
just I
you
step
did do
outside.
pretty thorough work with all the cultists and
Yeah.
turkeys around. So you step outside
Hmm.
to breathe in the morning air as the sun is now rising closer and closer to its precipice. Precipice? Zenith? One of those two. All right. Fantastic. Omni, you sit now in front of the altar of Salem. Do you pray? Do you try to commune with the statue?
I it isn't communing like in the sense that like the people who worship my mother. It is I'm searching for a connection, a link. Um, we share a bond. And just like Effie Deimos was able to find me, and Vulcan was able to find me. I kind of sit down and I meditate just for a moment. I clear my mind and I it's almost as though I'm reaching through the darkness, hoping that I will find someone's hand. And that's what I do.
Wonderful. Omni, you find yourself falling and falling. You- You're not entirely sure whether you're hallucinating, but it seems your body is genuinely sinking through a deep abyss. Only eventually it just stops abruptly. You hadn't realized that you'd closed your eyes, but when you open them again, you are once again in a different place. A place not entirely different from the one you visited when Effie was with you, but still a temple, still underwater, still filled with decorations and columns and little fountains. And in this case, instead of the statues depicting strange, abhorrent sea creatures, they depict the saints of your mother, her most devout followers, beautiful sea creatures. There's a little goldfish flying by your eye, as if you feel a warm and kind presence approaching you. And let me just find the damn handout. Uh,
There's a handout. Oh baby, oh
As
baby.
a starman.
How dare you?
Only it's not a starman in this case, it's a moon woman. Your sister Nemnos approaches you.
Oh,
That's a daring
uh,
outfit.
on a
It's
scale
Elysium.
from
It's Elysium where
and-
no one wears clothes. We've been over this.
yeah, no, it's true, it's true. Um, I was not expecting Nemnos.
Nemnos. You would call her
Nemnos.
Nemi. Nemi.
Nemi. What was she goddess of?
Memories.
Oh god.
I forgot.
Oh
I
god.
forgot.
No. It's just do you just know that the bitch in charge of memories is always right about everything. Oh, oh my god. But
Omni,
it is
why weren't you at the last cookout? I distinctly remember you not being there.
Do you start the conversation or do you wait for her to make her entry?
I am ecstatic that someone actually reached out. For all I knew, everyone was literally dead except for I thought I was the only one, and then I was reunited with Deimos for better and for worse. I excitedly, almost childlike, I say, Nemi, it's you. You found me. For how long?
That. Go on.
And I just there's that stammering of Omni, just kind of like that childlike. I've been searching for you. I've been hoping to connect with any of the family.
Connection these days is hard, as you will soon find, my dear kin. But I am happy to see you nonetheless. Just so you know. It is auspicious that we would meet here in the altar of our dear mother. It appears to me that you've retrieved the cipher. But none of that now. Let us catch up, right? I haven't talked to you in a long, long while. Of course, I remember our last conversation perfectly. I can't rightly say that I missed you. Sorry as I am to say that.
We each served our purpose. So, we didn't exactly see each other eye to eye.
Not that I can see anything. That was a joke. You're allowed to laugh.
Please
I,
laugh.
I internally Omni is remembering, how servants of
Our
war
assist-
often find themselves usually having to ignore memory in order to do what they have to do,
Speaking of memory, it comes
Hmm?
it comes to you vividly now when you found your sister floating through the void after you just foolishly decided to take on the Titan of Flame all by herself. Predictably, he nearly destroyed her and took her eyesight. Unpredictably, she was actually victorious and ended that part of the war by herself. Since then, she's been serving as an oracle to your mother, a connection to the outside world and the outside planes. And now, a connection to you.
Nemi, is mother okay?
Relatively speaking. Why? If I was able to arrange an audience with you, I would, surely. Unfortunately,
But you can't.
no force in the cosmos can as yet. A strange
As-
sickness has befallen her. The same as always. Grief. And so it is up to me to regulate, to negotiate, to conciliate between the planes, the gods, the different creatures within. But for just right now, I shall take a little moment to speak with my long estranged sibling.
Gone too long, but I am back now.
Indeed,
And
you
I
are.
promise you, I will do everything I can to make mom better.
Everything. She gives you a questioning look.
Everything. Without family, we're nothing. Everything
She
we lost,
nods.
everything we fought for. It can't just be for naught.
She nods slowly. You sound a lot like our cousin, now that I think of it. Which I
Which
suppose
cousin?
gets me. Ilmar, naturally.
Ah.
The one whose followers you just struck down in cold blood. Not that they grieved their own death, it seems. They were fine coming back the first time. No doubt they shall come back another time. Our cousin is busy breaking the rules of life and death. To what end, I don't know. Perhaps I do know, but I've repressed the memory. I should like to see him return to the flock, return to his old self. Anyway, that would put a lot of pressure off my shoulders. With mother gone, well, who is left to conciliate between the gods but her poor, insufficient little daughter? Very well. At least I'm not alone now, right?
No.
You feel the strange feeling you also felt at the altar, which is melancholy, sadness, hopes long dashed, but still lingering in the air, as though the smell of smoke after a fire. What fire was it that drove your family apart? Very well, sibling. I should love to see you investigate our cousin, try to talk to him, try to see what his plan is, and if indeed, as I suspect, they are malicious, dash them. Besides that, I'm sure there's more that you would like to talk to me about.
There's a lot. I've been gone for far too long, but I also know that we're not gonna fix everything in just one conversation. And you're right.
Indeed not.
You're right. Uncle Ilmar, or the Crooked Man as they call him now, he could be a good first step. We need to increase our numbers. Our families broken into little pieces. We need to stick together and be stronger. I can begin with this.
Indeed. And what a big family we have. Very well. I know that you've been talking to our uncle, the estranged late husband of Queen Lantana, Vulcan. What have you found?
I have. I found in him, estranged he might be, but an ally nonetheless. I think he would be helpful in the fighting to come. Much like he armed our people for the war against the Hells, I think he would be
Yes.
willing to help us again.
Indeed. But be careful not to let him draw you to his side. He is frustratingly neutral in this conflict. The conflict that is brewing, the conflict that has been happening over the past millennia. With him gone from Lantana's side, well, we've been left to arm ourselves. Our armies have been shrinking, as you might have noticed, though I wouldn't mind if you hadn't. It's rather shameful. My war days are over. I'm just an oracle now. Though much as it vexes me, I would love to return to the fray along your side. But the big orb she holds in her hand just kind of floats around her. Totality is not much of a sword anymore. I don't think it even remembers how to turn back. The orb makes kind of a sad noise. Perhaps I shall pay Vulcan a visit myself. Very well, Omni. It is good to talk to you again.
Likewise, Nemi. And we will speak again soon.
That we will. That we will. Okay, ominous music stops. You return to the waking world. Samara, what's going? Ominous. That scene went on a lot more somber than I had written down, but I think it worked a lot also. But no matter. Samara, what is going on through your head right now as you're taking in the morning air?
I'm honestly very curious about the murder of the Schweinmain. I want to know who did it.
You want to do a little investigation?
Yeah, let me do my
You want
little
to
detective
investigate?
games.
You want to histeroo? The
Yes.
little cursed town? Find out who cursed it?
Yeah.
Well, then give me the fucking check, fuck boy. God damn.
Which is-
damn. Hot damn.
No messing around.
There was such a turn of tone within 2 minutes.
Like what?
You need to balance it
What
out.
check do you want?
Investigation, for fuck's sake.
Investigation,
I'm sorry, I did not
history,
hear that.
arcana.
Jesus Christ!
Any
Oh,
investigation.
Arg.
16.
To kind of while away the time as morning soon turns into midday, Omni's still seemingly absorbed in whatever kind of communion they have going on. Sorry.
Gesundheit.
Bless.
Thank you. Absorbed in whatever kind of communion they have going on. You start stepping out, trying to get your legs moving so that they don't fall asleep, and you start noticing hints of a struggle. This town has been abandoned now for what you calculate to be 50 years. That is document you found as a ledger in one of the warehouses that dates back to Common Era 1760, which is 38 years ago. Wait, is that true? Which was 42 years ago, sorry. You leaf through it and you find out that the export of fish kind of sank over the years. Looking at some journals, some graffitis you find throughout the town, you notice that the townsfolk were getting kind of uppity. They were kind of having enough of it. And with the frustration, with unable to turn the frustration toward anyone in particular, they turned it as at the biggest, shiniest thing they could find, which was the Temple of Selene. It was only a matter of time before one of them took up a knife. That's as much as you get with a 17. Or 16.
That's so sad.
So sad and so human. Give me an insight check.
Boys. 18.
It's sad times when the wizard has higher higher insight than investigation, but you think about the presence and the curiosity of the Black Circus. A faction ostensibly made up of failed mortals. People who failed at something or who lack something or who suck really bad just generally. All coming together in the pursuit of endless hedonism and endless murder. You get the idea that maybe, just maybe, if you could get someone from the Black Circus to talk to you, you could solve this murder yet. At some point, you stumble over a chest. You didn't even know was there the moment before. You open it and you find, I believe, the gloves of the Shrine Maiden is what we didn't have yet. Ba 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 ba. Very well. Okay,
Very
so
nice.
turning back over to Seti, since he also rolled a 6. One moment, I need to open Spotify. Why do you need to open Spotify anyway? Well, shut up. You'll see.
I really thought you were stealing the design document from Dark Souls 3 there for a minute. Failures rising up to fight together.
Well, this campaign is Souls-like inspired, so should be playing now. Perfect. Seti. Blood on your hands, you find yourself back in the dark. Sanctum Noctis, you've made it to the final chamber, and you only had to kill 2 of your companions for it. The Fav, or Mick, as she would like to be called now, turns to you and says, "Well, I guess that takes care of that, but now we still have a puzzle to do." As the 2 desiccated bodies of Lick and Brother Olivio seem to be drained out by the darkness itself, the bodies turning, shriveling up and turning to skeletons. All the bodily fluids turn to black goo and get drained through the central grate in the chamber. You hear a loud thud as the left-hand basin, the basin on the left-hand wall, filled all the way up with water, with black liquid. As you go to investigate the basins, you can find that there's 3 basins total. On the left side, there's one with 8 notches in it, the 4th one being marked. In the middle, there's one with 3 notches, with no more notches being marked. And on the right-hand side, of course, you find a basin with 5 notches. Once again, the 4th of which is marked.
Okay, can you repeat that 8 notches third one I have? And then...
So left-hand side, 8 notches.
Yes.
Middle, 3 notches.
And which one is marked?
And right-hand side, well, on the left-hand basin and the right-hand basin, it's always the 4th notch that is marked. It's got like a little golden inlay inside of it. You can see the basins are made completely out of black marble, the same as the rest of the temple, except for the notches, which seem to be carved into it, and it's always the 4th one that is inlaid with gold. The middle one does not have it, since it only has 3 notches.
And the right also had 8 notches. Or...
The right had 5.
5.
Well, I can't really see anything, but I believe the priest had a vessel that he dropped. And indeed, you look down, and between kicking aside the skeleton of the dead priest, you can see his helm falls aside. And please add to inventory Inquisition helmet. But what he also had is a little vessel, something akin to a jar, also made out of black marble, same as the rest of it. It seems to be enchanted in some way, though you can't really put your scaly finger on it.
I look around to see if I can find more vessels or if there's only one.
Give me an insight check.
Inside. 16.
16, you realize, oh, this is just about filling the right amount of liquid into the left hand and right hand basin, and the vessel you have in your hand is only meant to transfer.
All right. Yeah, I figured out as much, but indeed there's only one vessel then. And there was... Which pool was filled with? Or is just a
Basin
pool?
on the left hand side
Yeah.
is filled all the way up, and it has 8 notches.
Yeah. Okay, so... If I take my vessel and get a cup of liquid out of it, how many notches remain?
Thing happens, you move your vessel to the basin, and it fills all the way up. It's like the liquid flies through the air and siphons itself into the vessel, filling it up completely and emptying out the basin completely. Vessel holds 8.
All right. Fuck. I used to know these puzzles. Puzzle solves. Okay. I take my vessel and
Yeah.
empty as much as I can into the middle vessel.
The middle basin now holds 3 units. Your vessel holds 5.
Then I empty the 5 units in my vessel into the left one. And I take the 3 from the middle one and put it in the right one. So then I have 3 in the right one and 5 in the left one. Then I take the 5 out of the left one. I'm terrible at these puzzles. I know how to, I thought I knew how to solve them.
I've got the WikiHow article open now, so that I can actually be firm on what I've written down.
Because it's I'm pretty sure take the 8, take out Oh, Chotomate. Yeah, okay. Take the 8.
Yeah.
Take out 5 in the right one.
Yeah.
Then I put the 3 that I have left in the left one.
In the one that holds 8?
Oh, I thought it was empty now. Because I took out
Yeah,
8.
it holds 8, but it is empty now. That's
Yeah,
right.
so the one that holds 8, yeah, then that should be 3 in now. And that
Yeah,
should be
3 out of
then... Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, I need to start though. So take 8. Took out 5, so there's 3 left. There's 3 in the left one now. Then I take the 5 that's in the right one and fill the middle one up to the max. Then there's 3 there, 3 in the left, and then there's 2 in my cup.
That's right.
Then I put the 2 in my cup into the right one.
Yep.
And then... Shit. Need to find another way to get the 2. Ah!
If you need
If
a little
only,
help,
this,
maybe we
if
can
only this
some-
was a nice block puzzle, I could totally help you with those.
I mean, Seti with his 12 intelligence is getting far enough to know at least what kind of puzzle it is, and then he gets an idea on how to solve it.
All right, hang on.
How do I get to my final? Oh no! I got it. All right, of course. I already had it. I take the 3 in the middle one in my cup.
Yeah.
Oh no! Fuck! It holds 8. Ah no! I thought I'd do it in the left one because it holds 4, but no, it needs 4. It holds 8. I would have 6 there.
That's right.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, I'm getting there. I have the 6 now in the left one. Then I put the
Yeah.
2 in the middle one. Then I take the 6 out of the
Wait.
left one and do it in the right one. So I have 5 there and 1 in my cup.
Yeah.
Then I can add the 1 in the left one.
Yeah.
I take the 5 out of the right one. I add 1 to the middle one, making it 3. Then I have the remaining 4 in the right one. And then I take the middle one and
Yeah.
put it in the left one. And then I have 4.
You hear another loud thud. And we go on break for 5 minutes.
Hey! I did it.
Oh my god.
You whittled down.
And you
I was
take a
so-
point of
I was
inspiration.
I was ready for a boulder, arrow traps.
Oh,
I was ready.
oh, that was
Yeah.
good. That was so good.
I am not quite sure why it's being laughed at the fact that I actually was able to solve a puzzle. that
I'm not
part
laughing
confused
at
me.
you. I'm laughing out of joy because that was so good.
We are very proud of you. that
Yay!
you solved
Oh,
this.
that was awesome. That was awesome. And you take a point of inspiration.
Thank you. Bye.
Damn.
Couldn't have been me.
I'm just seeing Seti looking really hard, thinking really hard, being like,
I mean, his intelligence got buffed recently to 12. It's the gears kicking in. It's finally happening.
He stares at the puzzle for so long that his intelligence increased. That's what happens. Oh, hello everyone. Continuing now in the final chamber of the Sanctum Noctis. Or is it? As you feel a loud thud, and Mick suddenly says, "Oh, that's weird. I can see again." Oh no. The wisp around her head sputters out suddenly, and the room fills with darkness. Physically, also, as it seems to manifest as some kind of thick goop that rises in the room. The door behind you has long since been shut. The grate on which you stand is now slowly filling up with goop.
No.
What is this then? I don't know if there's even a solution. Give me an insight check once again, Sadie, why don't you?
Goop check.
Goop.
Give me a goop check.
Oh, I failed the goop check.
Check of goop.
No goop for you.
Or not too much goop for me.
Doesn't make any sense. The temple asked you to sacrifice 2 of your companions, and now it's asking you to sacrifice yourself? But maybe that's exactly the point. You wait for a moment then, as the goop fills all the way up to your chin, then to your ears, and finally, you're completely submerged. And here, I hope you have a second character sheet prepared. No.
Based.
And here,
Oh no.
in this very moment, what do you think is Teddy's biggest regret?
Whew. That's a question I did not prepare. I
Well,
think
you in the temple to a goddess of loss and darkness and sadness. I don't know what you expected.
Mhm. I think surprisingly, Seti's biggest regret at this point isn't either starting that fire or joining up with the Sanctum or killing that person just there. I think his biggest regret now is that he didn't tell the other four that he was going on a vengeance mission, because they might have convinced him otherwise or said something that would change his mind.
Vengeance has been much on your mind lately, between all the horrible, pointless violence you've seen. People trapped in a dungeon, chained to walls, tortured for weeks by a man who's much like a cockroach. The only thing as enduring as himself being his cowardice. He killed himself then because even he couldn't deal with the sheer cruelty of it. You told yourself you would. You told yourself we would come down here into the forest and purge out every single cleric. You feel now in your hands the Inquisition helmet that dropped off of Olivia's head. You realize now that, much as you want to believe that you were doing it for the greater good, you also knew that you were going to get some kind of petty satisfaction from killing that asshole. Does Seti feel satisfied?
No.
With that, the walls around you fall apart, revealing the night sky beyond. The goop disappears, but so does the floor around under you, the ceiling above you, and the walls around you. Everything disintegrates as you fall in slow motion into a strange plane of reality. You look around you, everything seems to be a simple grey waste. You look down at yourself and you look over at Lefava, who's falling with you, seeing that all the color has been drained from you. All the color indeed from the entire world except for the sky, which is made up of fabulous purple nebulas, pink stars, and what appears to be a deep indigo asteroid belt that illuminates everything. As you finally fall to the ground, you notice that you are in a courtyard very similar to the courtyard you would have found above ground. This is the exact replica of the Sanctum Noctis, only complete. Well, as complete as it gets. At the far end of the courtyard, you spy a dais. A dais with a throne with a corpse lying on it. Somebody's sitting on the steps to the dais and looking at you. And additionally, there's a huge large humanoid creature slumped against the throne. Blightwood, who you recognize sitting on the stairs, beckons you over and says, My, good friend. Enjoying the view, are we? You did very good on that last puzzle, if I might say so. I figure you might have already put it together, but we are no longer on the prime material plane. One last shock for any faithful pilgrim who came to visit Umbra in her own realm, as it were. Welcome to the Shadowfell.
Is Lefave here?
Mick is right next to you and just kind of taking in the scenery.
I guess I must have learned something in these last years if I'm able to at least step up to the doorstep of mightier beings than myself.
Indeed. Unfortunately, you'll find that Umbra is quite dead. May she rest in whatever that is. He points at the asteroid belt. Very well. But there's only one way out of this dungeon. And that's if you commune with the High Priestess. But as you can see, he points at the corpse sitting in the throne. She is beyond talking at this hour. Unfortunate. Andrew?
I'm thinking.
Oh, sorry. I just heard weird robot noises. I thought I was back in purgatory.
Seti is really trying to find composure again, understand what is happening, but the basic assertion there is that he actually doesn't understand even why he's here now. It just went along in everything, and now he's sitting there and he doesn't know why, even.
He sits down on the ground, crisscross applesauce, trying to figure it all out. In front of him is a dead priestess and some weird creature slumped against her. Blightwood, of course, sees your frustration and walks up to you. He sits down next to you and offers you, strangely, a chestnut. Yeah, you must be famished. Unfortunately, this is not quite the feast I would usually be able to offer to any pilgrims, but it will have to do. Go on, taste it. You'll find that nothing in here tastes very much like anything, but that is just the Shadowfell for you.
Can I roll a nature check just to understand how different this chestnut would be from a counterpart on our natural plane?
You get the idea that it is from the natural plane, but give me a nature check nonetheless.
60.
Now while you chew on that, let me tell you a story. With the 16, you realize that it is from the surface world, of course, but something about the Shadowfell zaps something in your sensory organs. It like completely neutralizes them, which is part of the reason why you can't see color up to an extent. Or you can barely see light, while nothing seems to smell like anything other than sadness and light hint of bergamot for some reason. The hazelnut is going to taste like nothing, but it is still going to have the same texture as a chestnut. Now, let me tell you a story. Long ago, when the gods still walked the plains, and the plains intermingled, not like different parts of reality, but like neighborhoods. As this forest, borders onto the mountains next to it, this Shadowfell used to border onto the mountains, but on the other side. It's been a long time since then, several wars between the planes, and unfortunately, our dear Lady Umbra died. She wasn't just the Lady of Darkness, she was also the Lady of Compassion. And with her, even the last remains of that faith, that truth that we would always return to be with one another, faded from existence. But this temple stuck around for some reason. So did cursed creatures like that fellow over there. He points at the large creature. What we call a wolf soldier, an Ulfhedr. They've been around longer than anyone can remember, and supposedly they used to be the honor guard of that dark queen. Obviously, he's not much of anything now. Just a wastrel, a revenant, returned to forever regret that he couldn't fulfill his oath. Look around you. The corpses were pilgrims and hopeful adventurers just like you. They made it just as far, and then they were struck down by them. Because they could not face the truth that somebody might be as worthy as they are, and might get something when they got nothing. Fact of the matter is, there's no getting out of this temple until you receive the gift from the High Priestess. You might see that she's actually clutching something between her hands. Her old skeletal hands. But if you do, you'll also have to fight my big guy over there. Or you can just sit down and take in the emptiness. I know I have. He looks kind of haunted at that as he looks into the middle distance. But very well. My good scaly friend, it is all up to you.
How long
Hi,
have you
Teddy.
lived here?
He smiles wanly and looks back into the middle distance. Seems you're not going to get an answer to that question. Long enough to know that some things can be changed and some things cannot. Our good friend over there is one of those things.
You see, I guess compared to you, very, very young.
You might say that.
And in my youth, there's probably a lot still left to learn, but wise men before me have come and they've taught me one thing, that there is forgiveness for everyone who seeks it. And I step towards the big angry beast, cautiously,
Step toward
slowly.
the limp-looking skeletal warrior. You can see huge insect-like wings protruding out from his back. His legs kind of insectoid themselves and digitigrade. The rest of him seems rather humanoid. Atop his head, along with strange branches and feelers growing out of his head, you can also see a mask resembling a wolf skull. Presumably where he got his name, as the wolf soldier.
And when I'm able to get close, I reach out my hand, within it like a half-eaten chestnut.
The creature stirs at last and beholds the chestnut in front of you, in front of its face. Do you speak primordial?
Nope. I do speak abyssal. Not sure how close that is.
Hang on, I had written down what it says.
Is this like a situation that, okay, you speak Dutch but not German, so you understand part of the words?
No, it's like I asked you if you speak Cantonese, and you were like, "No, but I do speak Russian."
No, okay.
Well, let me find what it's supposed to be saying. Oh yeah, says it. At this point, Mick steps up to you and puts a hand on your shoulder and says, I don't think this guy is very much in a situation to be negotiating. Vod. Seti, as you consider this, chestnut still in hands, the beast rises to its legs, and you can audibly hear Blightwood shrugging. Can you please roll initiative for me?
Audibly shrug?
That was a joke, yeah. I'm
No,
glad
no.
you got the
What's
joke.
wrong?
You-
No, that's it's a vibe. It's a vibe. I support this.
You hear the scratching of the shoulder blades going up next to the ear a bit too high.
No. It sounds like this.
That's how I feel right now, at least.
Can't blame City for
If it
trying.
If it makes you feel better, you can also get another point of inspiration for trying, at least.
It's like I'm gonna have to write down how much I have on stock then. I didn't know you can stack these.
been saying since the start of this campaign 2 years ago that you can stack these mofos.
Yeah, I just have one and I
Um,
keep forgetting to use them. This is
Auntie, it's your turn.
I rolled my initiative. I get to go first. I'm taking my Arms of Tikore,
Yep.
which is gonna be
Costa.
the first time I'm gonna use them probably, and I'll enable the lightning effect.
Which is a bonus action, I believe.
Yeah, it's not specifically written down, but I guess it is. Yes.
Isn't written down? Well. How lazy of me.
Oh no,
Oh, but I think
Take an
it's-
action to charge up. Yeah, so it's an
Ah,
action.
great,
It's
an
written
action even.
down. So
Good
it's
thing you're a
indeed
monk.
charging up,
Charge it up.
and well, let's see. I can do an attack with it, I guess then, because I can do
you
it. Well, I did an action, so technically I can't.
You can do flurry of blows with a bonus action.
No, because I have to have taken an attack. But what I can do is
No, you misunderstand me. I said you can do flurry of blows with a bonus action.
But what I actually, but I kind of don't want
No,
to.
you see, you misunderstand.
You have to. No, I want for the element of drama, I want to use my key point to use Step of the Wind to disengage as a bow. I use Patient Defense to dodge as an action, to just say, whatever happens now, I've gave you a chance. You brought this upon yourself.
The olfactor goes and uses his first action to bestow a curse on you. Seti, why don't you give me a wisdom check? A wisdom saving throw, sorry.
Oof, no, that's 11 only.
Which means the curse goes through. You now have, for the next minute or until you break concentration, you have disadvantage on wisdom saves and checks.
All right.
For his bonus action, he's going to flesh warp.
Let's do the
can see-
flash warp again.
Anyone else staying up at night fleshing their warps?
Okay. Let's get this over with. Just a little set the scene. You can see Seti pumping up his mechanical arms as they shortly start glowing with a cool electric blue before that too disappears in the nothingness of the Shadowfell. This huge creature gets up, takes out a huge scythe, and points a skeletal finger at you, Seti, before its eyes start glowing. Its eyes start glowing, and it looks at one of the corpses nearby, and it teleports over, destroying the corpse in the process. It's now your turn again.
All right. I'm gonna run towards him, do a sort of running jump, and unleash 2 unarmed strikes on the thing.
On that thing,
The thing.
please go ahead.
Then just checking. May add their int modifier to all unarmed melee attack or rolls as well. So that's I can add a 1 on top of what I'm rolling now, which is a
Cool.
10 to hit.
So you rolled a 10.
Yes.
Unfortunately, that will not hit.
Second attack is a 13. Come on.
13, unfortunately, also will not hit.
And then I will flurry of blows. Come on.
Okay, please give me your 2 new attacks.
I want to hit, okay. Fuck. Another 10. Oh, yes, finally, a 23.
A 23 will hit.
All right, so that's 13 bludgeoning damage.
13 bludgeoning.
And
okay, is that that's magical bludgeoning damage, right?
that's magical because I'm using the arms. And add lightning damage to their attacks. So that's another it's the 3d8
that's
for
D8.
my because my proficiency is 3.
Ah,
So that's 13 lightning damage.
13 down to 7 lightning damage.
And is that everything? Also, always deal 2d8 slashing damage, so that's also on top of that.
I
So-
dare say you did the slashing damage instead of the bludgeoning damage.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it just changes the type then.
But I'm just going to leave your 12 or your 13 rather.
Yeah, the third thing is a lightning. That's because I activated the charge. That's something else. Yeah, it's a bit confusing
Yeah,
then
but
with the description.
Yeah, but the 13 before that. The 12.
The 12. Yeah, the 12. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a bit confused with effect 3. The wearer's unarmed melee attacks become magical and always deal 2d8 slashing damage, in addition to the wearer's damage modifiers. So that was confusing me a
Exactly.
bit.
So you add your dexterity in your case to the
Yeah.
2d8 slashing.
Yeah, but because I'm a
no,
monk, it's automatically 2d8s. Yeah.
Okay,
Confusing.
I'll go back. I'll
no,
go back
I
and fix
understand. It's fine. We got there.
it. I'll do it myself.
Fine.
He's going to look deep into your eyes. You can see now that his eyes are like a deep venter blacks, similar to other creatures you've seen before, like Blackwood, Blightwood, for example. And he's going to attempt an unholy smite on you
Uh-oh.
as he raises his scythe above his head. Does 24 hit you?
Yes.
Perfect. Does a that is going to be
Please be necrotic. Please be necrotic.
going to be 9. Hang on. That's going to be 9 slashing damage, and you said you're immune to necrotic,
Yes.
and that's it.
I am so glad it's not
Please
radiant.
Please give me a charisma saving throw.
No. Oh no, I charisma.
You're now baned.
I
In addition to
charisma.
You're baned as well as hexed right now.
What does that even mean?
It means
Bane,
for your
hexed,
next
cursed.
it means for your next attack, you're going to detract 1d4.
Oh no.
Or for all of your attacks, even.
Attack rolls only, not damage, right?
Yeah, only attack rolls.
Alright.
And he's going to do that again.
No. Bad dog. Bad dog.
Going to crit.
Ouchie, wouchie.
He's going to do 16 plus 4 is 20 damage.
Alright. And another charisma saving throw, or?
Well, you already failed,
Yeah,
so
fair enough. No need to be
You're up
hex
again.
twice.
you're up again. I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, he looks a lot worse than he did before, though he never looked very great to begin with.
Same Z's, bestie. Same Z's. Right. The 20 must hit. I hope so.
Yep.
And I'm gonna roll the second attack as well already. Yeah, that's a 21, so.
Yep, both hit.
2d8 plus 4 plus, I think, 3d8.
Good grief.
Yeah. Well, you gave me
Just
the
kill him
lesbian arms, and I'm gonna use them.
By the power of lesbianism. How do you
Uh,
finish him?
Oh, that's already enough. I have to do that again.
He's already dead. How do you finish this, Anton?
I think this is gonna be a case where I'm really going to go in close and like, do you know these sort of Dragon Ball anime styles where they're charging up a fist and shouting and then hit them really hard in the face, something like that.
You charge up, punch him in the chest. It's like there's not even anything there. It's like you just punch a giant moth. He immediately starts falling to ash as he falls to one knee and says something in primordial. And falls to the ground limp. He disintegrates now, as do all of the corpses around you. And for what it's worth, it seems you've restored some semblance of peace to this temple now. All future pilgrims will be very thankful, even though they might not know it. You see, Blightwood has since sat down next to the throne and is looking up at the priestess. Well, well, well. You did good, Seti. What about that? Just be careful where you put those giant arms of yours.
Does that mean I'm a clown as well now?
He chuckled. Well, you tell me. Either way, there's a portal with your name on it if you'll only take whatever the priestess is offering. Look at the priestess now. Tiny skeletal woman. She must have been like some kind of wiry high elf type person. Completely like covered in black robes and with a very strange enchanted veil over her head. Additionally, in her hands she's clasped a little amulet. Well, that seems easy enough. Mick goes to grab the veil and then leaves the amulet for you.
I walk up, take a bow, and take the amulet.
Wonderful, wonderful. A black hole opens underneath you and you're sucked in. You awaken the next afternoon on the threshold of Wago,
Oh, wow.
along with Mick. Okay, which finally brings us back to party number 3. I was able to hold them off just long enough, Costa, that I didn't have to pretend that I knew what Stacy was going to do.
Awesome.
Can't believe I
Um,
fast traveled.
The first and only instance. Costa, while you give me a d6 roll, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself and your character? Maxi assigned Stacy a tarot card. Go on.
I think we could go for mayhaps the Two of Pentacles, maybe.
You're a 2 of Pentacles today. With a
Does
5.
With a
that even
five.
mean?
Samesies. I'm not too much into tarot, so you have to tell me. Stacy on the other side probably knows a little bit of it because she's a druid from the Circle of the Stars. But also she's a dragon with a vast knowledge of things. So I'm pretty sure somewhere in the nook of her mind she will find some knowledge of that. And yeah, I'm just coming back from my vacation in Tenerife, so maybe I'm a little bit jet lagged, but I mean it's only an hour. But yeah, the travel was unexpected.
Lovely. With a 5, something pretty straightforward. Why don't you destroy those that would destroy nature?
Again?
Destroy those that would destroy nature.
No. Didn't I had that like last session? Let me check in my notepad.
Oh no. The receipts! The receipts!
No,
I
they
believe last
started
time you
taking
had.
notes.
I believe now you had. Last time you had cry because it's over.
Oh no,
Well?
I had heal the wounds of the world. Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
Fine, I try to destroy those who wants to destroy nature.
Perfect. Stacy and Tyr. It's a lovely afternoon. It's a lovely mid-autumn afternoon as you arrive back in Woggle. You hear the busy trampling and shouting of the guardsmen who have joined the townsfolk and kind of trying to prepare them for whatever is to come, kind of integrating themselves in the town life. You can see some artificers chatting about carrying large crates of mechanical stuff through the village, through the town. The townsfolk seem kind of standoffish, but a little more warmed up than they were last week. You can't help but feel a little proud, Tyr, as you see your former comrades doing such great work. Very well. You reckon the rest of the party won't be here until the end of the day, so you might as well spend it here. Where would you like to go?
Damn decision.
Oh,
We are so in sync.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm still thinking about the egg, to be honest.
Egg.
So
G-
then, infirmary. It's infirmary.
oh, of course.
anything to remind you of the egg. The
Yeah.
two of you head over to what you know. Stacy, you would know this to once have been the herbologist's hut. A very wiry, very standoffish, kind of shy drow girl by the name of Odette. Used to live here alone. Just kind of took care of all the lumberers who got hurt in the forest. Now she's joined by a very
Small.
by a very excited dwarven sergeant who you know to be Sergeant Yiminus, though everyone just calls her Yim. What you know about her is she's a good healer, she's a good talker, she's a great drinker, and usually you don't see her without a coffee in her hand, so there's that. She welcomes you to her, says, "Hey, not Sergeant. How's your vacation going, eh?" Raises a mug at you.
Vacation implies that I'm gonna go back.
Ah, you got me there.
Hey.
start shadowboxing with you.
I catch a stray.
Ah!
The shin. Just oh god.
Do you see that now a bunch of tents have been put up? Some of your former colleagues have been put in there tier, but also some caravanners coming into town, as well as some druids from the circle who seem to have been injured on the way here. The amount of injured people seems to be going up in general in the past couple of days. Well, take a look around. I'm just helping out the herbologist working around here. Lovely girl. A little shy, but she can get talking when you get her talking. Well. Do you need any supplies? Anything taken care of? You must have a long journey after yourself, so maybe you want to go to the roadhouse first.
Yeah, I think we got that figured out. Are all of these injured people just from the Ariane Way, or is there something else going on?
Well, there's a bunch of crazy crusaders running around the forest, murderizing people who don't conform to their religion. There's also, a whole circus full of murder people.
And you took it upon yourself to take care of those people, or you're just here to help out?
I'm here to help out. I mean, Odette could do it all alone. She's pretty competent, but I like helping.
Of course. Have you seen Ren anywhere?
Lieutenant Kinesis, yeah. Spending a lot of time at the roadhouse, the community center, doing outreach. Helping out the locals, all bossing us around. Well,
Damn,
not
of
really.
course she
She's-
is. Always better than
lovely.
everyone.
Well, she is. That's why she's lieutenant.
I know.
And you're not.
Oh, one time I'm
Got
gonna
'em.
kick you. Anyways.
You're welcome to try, Northgate.
Anyways, well, see you next time, I guess.
Oh, no problem. Oh, wait. In that moment, Odette comes out of the hut and says, "Stacy, Lieutenant, lovely that you're here. We have a patient that wants your attention. He says he knows you. Apparently, he's here because of you, and he has something very important to say to both of you. If you please follow me inside." Yiminez kind of shrugs at that. and just for you to come in.
Weird. I just want to shoot a look at Stacy. It's like, why the fuck would they be looking for both of us?
Casey shrugs it off and just pulls up her sleeves and say, I don't know, we just have to go in like full surgeon mode. She's like, okay, give me the gloves and so on.
What surgeon mode? Stacy's just ready to stick somebody with a scalpel. Like,
What I don't care what the
Just 'cause-
diagnosis this person's gonna get cut open.
You come inside and and see a curious bird folk wearing dark clothes, lying on one of the cots. You can see his hands are tied, and he looks up at you with unfamiliar yet familiar eyes. You remember that this is Cuckoo, the person who Blightwood murdered on the night of your arrival. The person Ashling revived only minutes after. Seems he's not in very good shape now, though he is alive, and his eyes are full of purpose. He beckons the two of you over with his bound bird arms.
You mean claws?
Talons, even.
you got
Hey.
something in your eyes. Oh, sorry, it's purpose. I'll just get it out of there.
Thank you. You think you're very funny, Florida.
That one's boo worthy, honestly.
Yeah, you should.
You rub some of the black stuff out of his eye, and it immediately starts biting your hand, and you try to get it off real quick. Yeah, I'd be careful with that. That's nothing you want staying on your hands, I'm afraid. You just came back from the mouth of the world, as I hear it.
Yeah, it was
Please don't look.
gaping.
Sure you didn't
Well,
find the other end of the world?
Was totally a gape.
I
Yes,
haven't
we
had
did. We found some we found evidence of a lot of instability in this region since the blue lamp arrived. Apparently, we found somebody that has been taking care of the nature around here, and they've been observing some changes happening. Also, a
Dad.
blue frog that we completely demolished.
He gives you a very wide look. If you bested it, then you are truly the saviors of this forest. Which is why I'd called upon you. What is it? Is there more in my eye? He tries to get it out. Anyway, I've called upon you exactly because of the blue lamp. I've started remembering things now, and the townsfolk won't let me go to take care of it on my own, which is fair. I used to be a murderer. The Black Circus.
Now or before that?
The memory's still hazy, though. It stands to reason that if I was part of the circus, I probably did a lot of murdering. And I'm not defending myself. That was pretty shitty.
But maybe it was on purpose, so please go on.
You might have suspected this already, but the Black Circus has the lamp. And you might already know that they're keeping it in a place called Treefall Redat. We've taken charge of that place, though it's not really ours. I guess theirs now, since I'm no longer of the circus.
Crazy
You
Tindle
must get it.
96
You
just
must
resubbed
take it
for
from them.
14 months. NT.
I don't know what, but the flautist planned something. The flautist, he's the ringleader of our band. We might seem silly and only vaguely homicidal, but we are true danger to this region. Instability that you talked about, officer.
I see. So why are you bound up I mean, you seem so determined in a way to make this stop as well. What made you turn? The fact that you got killed?
Well, yes. By breaking the curse that made me immortal, Blightwood also freed me from the circus. Of course, then he immediately took the opportunity to murder me, as is his wont. What I didn't predict then is that your high druid has brought me back. As she did.
Do
mean,
you
you-
have any inkling on why you got murdered by your companion in the first place? I mean, there must be a reason that they put you out of their way.
A few weeks before you arrived in Wargo, the flautist called us. Me, Blackwood, and Sweetsong, the swarm,
bees!
the sentence, the bees. Exactly, the bees. He called upon us and said that whichever one of us managed to drive you specifically, the party, out of this forest would be able to replace him. Which is strange since no one's ever replaced the ringleader. Of course, I was eager to please and maybe put my own spin on the circus, maybe make them all dance after my own music, but that doesn't matter now. Blackwood was always the smartest out of all of us, the most dangerous out of all of us, and indeed the oldest. Few people even know why he even is in the circus or how long he's been there. He always seems to be older than everyone else. I don't know what he was planning, but he promised me that in returning me to my mortal form, he would help me achieve my goal, and I was foolish enough to believe him. He's planning something, that's for sure. But the main thing I'm worried about right now is the flautist.
It sounds like you've been bound for long enough. And Tyr takes whatever knife he has at hand, and I want to unbind this bird creature.
Why would
Stacy
you do
lets this
that?
happen.
And then I want to just shush the bird creature. And I want to be like, there's one condition to this. And I just want to make sure that whatever you've just told us, it implies that you're sort of on our side and you have more information that we need to get to the blue lamp. And I want you to help us as much as you can. And in exchange, I won't judge you for what you've done under the curse. Or, there will be no judgment, whatever.
He looks so quizzical. He's a creature of pure spite and cruelty, and you've just showed him genuine goodwill. He takes a while to process that, and then he just nods quietly. In that moment, of course, Odette comes in and says, "Did you free him? Why would you do that?"
I have my reasons.
"But he will stab us in our sleep, will he not?" And then Yim comes in. If they had did, he probably had a good reason to do it, eh?
Also, Stacy went to Odette and just pats her arm and says, "Don't worry, I'm sure he knows what he's doing."
Oh, that's great.
Wonderful. With that, we depart from this scene and take another 5-minute break.
And we're back in
It's
the
party time.
yaoi creation space.
All because I said chestnut instead of hazelnut.
Not.
Oh my god,
I'm
she
gonna
said
put
chest.
Aisling over there. Hang on. Who else do I have? Where's Hall? There's Hall. I'm gonna put her over here.
Put that hole
Where's-
over there.
where's-
Since we're back to Yago, do they have like maybe some sort of like maritime business? Could I maybe like buy like a Yago paddle for a chance?
You mean a Wago paddle?
Wago.
You could go to the carpenter. You could go down to the carpenters and buy a paddle. But what would Omni want with a paddle?
I don't know. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we're back.
Surprise tool for
We
later
are
in the
back.
campaign.
Surprise tool that will help us later. Right, let me just put Cuckoo over there.
Cuckoo.
That's his name. All right, party. You finally, after
A week?
definitely difficult. Yeah, after a week of. Sorry. Okay. After a week of traveling, you're finally back at Wago, and you've each found different things. You reckon by the end of the day you're gonna gather up back at the Roadhouse? If you want, we can skip right to that. But we could also just spend a day at in the town beforehand. It's up to you.
I mean, I just woke up at the steps of the Roadhouse.
You just woke up at the steps of the Roadhouse. That's right.
And nobody of my companions were there.
You get the idea
Oh.
that a week has
Aw.
elapsed and now everyone should be back. So you might go out and find all of your companions, but that's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
A
I
sad
think I'm
state.
gonna do that and shop for some rations along the way, because, like I said, we've been gone a week and I've not been hunting.
You haven't been hunting. However, as you try to approach the square, you find that it is strangely crowded. You look up at Mick, who's still with you, and she just kind of shrugs. I don't know. I can't remember the square ever being this busy, but it might be all the refugees coming in here.
From the
Fucking
Ariane way.
order. Want to go to the Ariane way?
No, the refugees, are they from the Ariane way? Am I misunderstanding?
No, did you not see the caravanas coming to town as we left last week?
Oh, right.
People are leaving the forest because
I-
it's unsafe out there. Increasingly unsafe. Not just the Black Circus, but the Order.
Man, a week really
Well, we
goes by
didn't-
fast.
Yeah. And it's only more refugees now. Hey, if you want, I meant to do something a while ago, and I figured you might as well come with me so I can show you around.
Sure.
Could you?
Can give me the lay of the land.
Mick takes you to the cemetery.
Oh. Interesting place to
Um,
start.
Omni and Samara, you arrive sometime at like 10 a.m. Around the same day everyone else arrives. Where would you like to go? Before ending up in the Roadhouse.
Honestly, I kind of want to rendezvous with the rest of the party, so I'm probably still chilling with Zio. So wherever Zio wants to go, I'll go with
Yeah,
him.
we're chilling. I would like to find a private space to have a talk with my companion who ignores me.
You know, I originally had you here, but I think you can go back here, and you can go back to the abandoned fort.
It would be funny. It would be funny if Omni's just following Zio, and Zio's just like walks into a cafe, gets a table, we sit down, and Omni's just like, "So are we waiting for someone? What are we doing here?" I can't help but feel like we're going to the vet. Anybody else feel like we're going to the vet right now?
Samara, you take Omni to the abandoned fort, a piece blissfully devoid of people. Perfect
Amazing.
place, in fact.
For an ambush. No.
You not find any strange critters on the way there. No, not even Blightwood ambushes you.
I would like to find a place where it's like quite sunny, so that it's really nice to stay there, but where there's enough
Climb to
space
the
that
top
I
of
can
one of
like.
the turrets.
Wow, what if
Hey,
we kissed on top
Shaker.
of the abandoned fort?
Oh, I was thinking like, oh, I hope Omni doesn't throw me off this tower.
He can't, he's small.
You know what?
I trust him
I
enough.
was wrong, actually. The bad faction wasn't the circus. You guys are the circus. Every fucking session I come in here and what I get? Jokes!
Yeah,
Jokes!
like we
From
are,
minute 1
yeah.
to minute 200. It's always jokes.
We are not only clowns, no, we're the entire circus.
Alright. Omni and Samara, please.
Okay. This. Is there some place to sit? Like on the top of this tower? Except
yeah.
the wall.
I mean, you can just sit on the parapets.
I don't know what that is.
You know the teeth? The teeth on the top of the tower?
Oh,
The-
the weird,
the
weird. Yeah, I
Gantelen.
know that. I'm not sitting on there. That is Priam getting thrown off. Touched.
Right.
No, I'm
You
okay.
sit on like a rectangular bench in the middle of the turret. Kind of meant for weary travelers who just kind of who just climbed up the tower and want to sit down.
Okay.
Omni,
So
I
I'm like-
assume, stands across from you, leaning against one of the parapets.
okay.
You know it.
I have like my hands like intertwined with each other, but in a way that looks incredibly forceful. Like I'm hanging on to dear life. You know, the last few days have been quite strange between us, and I would just like to know why, because I have absolutely no clue why we are behaving like school children. We have like a weird little childish fight. So if you could enlighten me with that.
Omni internally. Oh yeah. Yep. Surely you don't know. Yeah, sure. Of course, Yamara doesn't know. Of course, Yamara hasn't noticed. Oh my god. I know that Sio just said we're behaving like school children, but I feel like Omni's immediate response is
School child.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
You know, it's being quiet. I mean, what else? What's there to say? We've been traveling together. We know each other. Omni does not make eye contact, by the way.
Damn, Omni's a bit.
Omni to save face. Not to let show any of your emotions. What would give me a charisma saving throw?
You got it, boss. Charisma saving. Oh, please tell me that I am proficient in saving face. I am. Okay, all right.
Saving throws to saving face.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Your face.
that's right. Omni goes. I'm a baby. I don't know what's going on. I'm just a little guy, GN.
As you look into the sky, right, pointedly next to Samara's head, your face becomes the very visage of calmness. Though on the inside, you can already feel the black bar gathering at the back of your throat. Samara, it feels like a head-on approach didn't work. Maybe you should try meeting them halfway. You remember that the start of this strange reaction to you was when Omni found out that you were in fact a creature of the fiendish variety. Not quite a devil
True.
yourself, but definitely of
A
devilish
little
ancestry.
freak, perhaps.
Got that devil in me.
I'm just like sighing like on the inside really long. It's
Why
like
don't you both give me an inside check?
I want you to know right now
6.
that in my
I'm not insightful.
no, in my other D&D campaign, we have like 3 characters who think one character is trans, but that character is hiding the fact that they're a demon. And we have spent 4 sessions failing insight checks to the point where like we're establishing like an allies of trans people club at school. We're doing events. We're being very supportive allies. Okay.
Nonetheless, Maxi, can you please give me an inside check?
Sorry. All I have to say it's -1 for me. So there you go.
Ooh.
Holy crap! Activate it.
Right, players. I'm going to take the scene away from you for a moment and just give you a little bit of my input. Because we've had situations like this before, and I've learned since then, and here's what I've learned about you two. I believe at the very depth of Omni's character is a failure to reconcile the fact that they spent most of their life hating and hunting fiends until eventually they became one and were dropped basically by their entire family, dropped into a world that they didn't know. Samara isn't all that different. Samara is somebody who always thinks of themselves as better than everyone, and yet they can't even show their true face to anyone. Only their failure to reconcile their nature with what they want to be results in them being trying their very hardest to be better than everyone else. Whereas Omni's failure to reconcile that results in them trying to not confront it at all, trying to flee back into their old familiar territory. You can tell me that I'm wrong in this, but I think the only way forward is to be honest with yourselves about things, about your own failures, to reconcile those two natures within yourselves.
Yeah, but that involves like talking about our feelings.
See, I
What
wanted
I'm
to talk
saying
about
is
my
you should talk
feelings.
about the only way out of the situation, and I don't want to be stuck in the situation as if it were a combat encounter for like the next 2 hours. I want you to think about what I've said and let that inform how you act in the scene going forward.
Roll initiative on your feelings.
Oh,
No,
that just feels like
out of
anxiety. I
character,
don't like it.
I could give you an opportunity that Stacy can intervene between you two if you want. Out
Not
of
yet. I
character,
like
No,
like
okay,
I know what I want to say.
Shenanigans aside,
character.
I do want to say, although I have enjoyed this interplay between Xiomara and I am very much looking forward to dismantling that today,
Yeah, yeah.
and or maybe getting into a fight.
Ooh.
You will
Game
not
Master,
get into a fight.
I would like to spend my free action thinking of how maybe I should have never opened up to Xiomara ever at all, and I will use my main action kicking them off of the tower.
Okay, but seriously?
No, that's
No,
a joke. That's a joke.
no. That was a joke.
Okay, but what do you want to do seriously, Omni?
Yeah,
I would like CO to do what they're gonna do.
yeah, because I would like to say more. That's like that I
All right,
thought
Xiomara,
about
but
for a long time.
Algernon, I will warn you that,
Ooh.
well, not really warn you. I will point out that past approaches in you trying to meet them on neutral ground haven't worked. You're going to have to give up a little bit of vulnerability.
That's kind of what I wanted to do. Anyhow, like
Right.
I'm not trying to like play into like the very surface level of what CO is. Yeah.
Then go ahead.
Okay. See, I believe this is where we are stuck at. That's when I stand up, by the way. But still, hands holding on. I do not truly believe that we actually know each other, and I know that the way that you came here was very difficult for you, especially for me also. And I know that you saw something in me that you really wished for or hoped for, because you met me head on, which is something that happens a lot. But I don't think that I can be what you had hoped for, and I don't think that you can be what I would wish for. But this might sound utterly insane. I do trust you still, even if it's just that I trust you to, if all fails, and if I become like really weird and strange and fall into this like rabbit hole of evilness, as you might fear, I trust you that you will kill me when that happens, and I hope you know that I'm all for that if that happens, because that is not what I want to do with my life, and this is not where I see me. But as you can imagine, it is really hard for me to talk about myself and my emotions. But yeah, I would hope that we can work through this, because it will be important for us to understand each other on a deeper level than what it is now, and to trust each other in the coming ways.
Omni looks up at you, and there's a tenderness in their eyes, a softness. Omni spent so long, putting up a facade, as the leader of the armies of heaven, having just been brought, reemerge after 12,000 years, just pretending nothing was happening, to now pretending they're not bothered by their family being torn apart and their twin sibling being effectively a demon, the very thing that I wanted to destroy. Omni lets out like a long drawn out sigh. I don't I Sia, I don't think I will ever have to kill you. I don't think I would feel much like you still trust me, I trust you. I do. You're right. We met each other at a auspicious moment, but something about the two of us clicked, and I do still believe in that. But you're right. When Omni sighs, I was in denial when I first woke up. I was hiding from a lot of stuffs, and much like there's another side to you, there's another side to me. And you're right. We have been together for a little while, but we don't really know each other. You have no idea what I've been through. And truth be told, I only have assumptions of what you've been through. Truth is that no one will ever know us like we know ourselves. And that's tragic. But I still trust you. And it saddens me that you think that you might one day fall into evil. I don't like to believe that. I see something in you, Sia. Something that I saw at the very beginning. Maybe one day I'll help you see that too. But for now, you're right. We have a long way ahead of us, and there's no need for this. And Omni kind of like bites their lip. This pettiness. When I first
Xiomara,
met
do
you-
you at any point take off your ring?
No, I think once Omni is done, I will ask them if they want to see you.
Omni's done.
Okay,
Omni's done.
okay. This is. I've never looked at myself without this ring on, and there are no mirrors around us. So, do you want to see how I actually look like?
I will not think of you differently. You can show me. Though you have only seen what I look like now, I did not always look like this. Time and war and anger and war, it's made me into this.
Well, I believe we are always changing, no matter what. The true self is no stasis, ever. But it would really, I think it would really take a weight off of me if someone would know, would see me how I truly am. Yeah, I take off my ring.
You can look at the side chat to get a picture of what I prepared.
Oh, let's go.
Side chat.
Did for not CEO being like, no one's ever seen me like this, and it's just like, oh, it's a hotter version of CEO. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what I look like underneath.
No,
That's like the thing. I've never looked at myself
No,
at all.
this is 90s,
ring.
90s nerdy girl
love-
after taking the glasses
I
off.
love
Okay, that's
CEO is like, I could look like anything, and it's like goes from a 10 to an 11, and it's
Oh, I like Florian's one's best because it's just taking off the glasses and that's it. Everything.
And it's
Suddenly
just
she's
like, all of
popular.
a sudden- yeah, exactly. Real Breakfast Club makeover here.
What you see Omni is a creature much of the same height and build as Xiomara, still tall, still very,
Womanly.
kind of
I would say feminine, really, but gender's made up and the points don't matter.
more importantly, very aloof looking. Kind of not built to be a warrior or, or a worker, but built to be a scholar. Their pearly white skin now replaced with a more gentle gray color. Two horns poking straight out of their of the forehead, pointing up and then curling over the head. The ears become a little bit more pointed, and their ears and teeth becoming similarly longer, and the eyes turning completely black. A devil, no doubt, if only partly. Even if it is a very, well-groomed devil, but a devil nonetheless. And possibly one of the few people you can actually say that you know. You start to
Oh,
wonder
yeah.
what that says about you.
Oh yeah, no. I want to make it very clear that if Xiomara is inspecting my face for a reaction, it is not disgust. It is not even. I don't even think it's like shock, because internally, after seeing my siblings' transformation, this does not sting. Oh boy, this does not sting like Effie's transformation did.
That. Well done, folks. Imagine that with Dark Souls font. Feud resolved. Isn't that fun?
Aww.
Yay!
As you put
Aw.
your ring back on, and the two of you make your way back to town.
I'm a little bit sad that I had no hand in this resolve thingy because I was planning for this, but then last session we split up and I had no chance.
Look, you can see it like this. We can always rekindle the feud, and then we can have you resolve it.
That's right. We can always find new things to beef over. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's like one of these really
By the
toxic
way-
friendships.
For those of you who said that Xiomara looks better this way, this is in fact part of the redesign I've been working on like forever, and I've never really gotten to finalize it. But this is what the new version would look like, with the ring on. If you could just take a little snap.
It's good.
Oh wow.
Nice.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
So pretty.
Yeah.
I love the hair.
Yeah.
That's of course with the hair
handsome.
down.
That's a handsome they them right there.
The hair up hasn't been painted yet, but I think it also looks very fun. It's a very cool design that Algernon kind of gave me most of the ideas for, of course.
Who's that?
I'm not colored in yet, of course.
Oh. Wow, yeah, it only took it not being colored for me not to recognize the character.
Wait, was that?
See, it's just like the glasses.
Yeah.
It's like
That's a good. That's good though, man.
who is
Man.
they?
Yeah.
The bottom one is what.
Go on.
The bottom one is what Xiomara would look like most of the time. The middle one is what Xiomara would look like in the downtime, and the top one is only like for very special, for very
For the
close friends.
top moments, you know.
That's
Mm.
right.
Top
I
image
like
is
my
for being a
emotional
top.
issues were solved.
Or the top
I think I
moments, the
really
bottom
cap-
moments, the switch moments. Whatever it is.
I
By the
think
way,
I really.
can we take a second to appreciate Siska's art again, please? God,
Yes,
it's so good.
we will.
Why? Thank you. I hope one day I can actually finish this fuck. Great, fantastic. Love an opportunity to share my art. Sadie and Mick, you make your way to a strange place you haven't really been to. You've spent some time wondering how the people of Wargo treat their dead if they don't incinerate them and don't bury them. Lefave takes you to a cairn, a little pile of rocks. You can see white protrusions poking out of the ground around it, and yep, that's bones. Indeed, on top of the cairn, there's actually a skull. Very well carved, well preserved. You can see it's actually been covered in wax to withstand the elements. And Mick gets to work starting to replant some of the flowers around it, which have started to wilt, and planting new flowers. you start helping her out, and when all is done, she folds her hands together, inclines her head, and starts reciting a little prayer for whoever is buried here. You know who that is?
I wanted to ask, is this friend or family?
Family. That's Michel Lefebvre, my dad. He was a good guy, you know, real badass, hunter from the Underdark, settled here, like first generation. He hunted with the other hunters. He always hunted more than everyone else, as I've been told. I only saw him fight once, but unfortunately, that was also the day I saw him die.
He did not die in peace times.
Well, he did. That's the strange thing. Kind of has to do with how I joined the Order, I suppose. My mother was a healer. She had not come from the Underdark. She wasn't even from this continent. She came from a place very far away called Urs. It's like an old mountain empire in the old world. They worship the Titans there, if you can believe it. Crazy people. Anyway, growing up, my father taught me to worship Sylvana, and my mother told me to worship Ouranos. And every morning I prayed to the one, and every evening I prayed to the other. I was quite the heretic growing up, if you can believe it. But my mother, she was a witch. One time, the whole family, we went up to Black River to sort out some curse or other, and on the way back, we were ambushed. Suddenly, it was the middle of summer, and it got strangely cold. Half the beasts just froze to death then and there, and then it appeared. I presume it was some kind of ice elemental, but I don't know, it was weird. My father shot it in the head, and then it impaled him. Arrow didn't seem to work well on the ice creature. Oh well. Don't remember much about what happened afterwards. I just remember a few years later, waking up in the river, being found by the Order, and they took me in and made me one of their own. I don't know. I didn't really have much of a choice in anything. No, sorry, I'm monologuing.
No, please do. I am listening.
I just remember my mother trying to get me out of some place, and don't remember what that place was. It wasn't on the material plane, as far as I could tell. It was strange. It felt weird. It smelled weird. And it was colder than I could ever imagine. But she got me out of there, only she had to stay behind. That's why this is a single tomb and not a pair tomb, as you can see. And that was 40 years ago now. I wonder if Mum would still be alive. Who knows? Thank you, Sadie.
I oddly understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Until 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe 3, I would have had a little cairn here as well for my wife, ex-wife.
How could she be your ex-wife if she never divorced her?
Well, there's 2 ways of ending a marriage, I guess.
She nods. I suppose that's true.
And when I died, I was expecting to see her again. And I didn't.
And you didn't. Who did you see?
I did see my mother.
But aren't one T raised communally? How would you know it was your mother?
I don't know enough about what was the word that Stacy used? Physiology?
Yeah.
of the other races. I guess it's a sort of pheromone smelling thing that you can just
Flick your
feel
tongue around as you say that.
the
Um,
connection.
She nods. You know, my father, he always smelled like leather. And mom? Bergamot. My whole hut smelled like bergamot. I couldn't escape the scent of it. What did your mother smell like?
Acid.
I suppose that makes sense. Being that you're a snake and all.
Exactly.
Well, if you ever come to die here in the Blue Forest, I shall be happy to bury you. Much like I did my father.
I would say likewise, but well, I
That's
have died already, and I expect, and I tend to not inflict that on any of my party members as well. So
You know, if it comes to be the other way around, just please pick some nice, pretty rocks for me. I don't think I like these very much. She pokes at the cairn of her father.
I kneel down in front of the cairn. Then I kind of whisper, "Do it. I'm not sure if you're proud of them or not, but you better be, because they're doing a damn fine job."
You hear a sniffle behind you. You spend the rest of the afternoon taking care of the other cairns that are around. Some have been knocked over by the rain. Some have been almost washed away, so you just kind of gather whatever bones you can find and put them hopefully in the right place. The other day you've really cleared up the cemetery. And you return now to the roadhouse. As indeed do all of you.
Is Aislinn there as well?
Indeed.
Yes.
Come again?
Yeah, I was also wondering if Aislinn was there as well.
Oh, Aisling.
Aislinn, sorry.
Yeah, Aisling's there. She's waiting for you.
Or for Theo, you know.
Is the hot bartender still here?
Nubis? Yeah, he
Yeah.
comes in, he sees you, he winks at you.
Ooh.
I faint.
Isn't he married? Isn't he married with a kid?
Ooh.
They
He's
can
married
be
with a
called in
cute
marriage.
kid.
No, that's
Just
never
because
stopped
there's a
anybody, but I
goalie
just want to
doesn't mean
say-
you can't score.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking idiots.
Thank you. That concludes my infidelity for tonight.
Oh.
I mean, it's
Meanwhile,
not cheating
Kate's-
if you're not the one in a relationship.
You
Wow.
exchange nice.
This is correct.
Let me just.
Um,
Oh, you know what? You guys finish your bits. I need to pull up some handouts.
I need more input from you, Francesca. I'm sorry. it only works when you say things that I can continue my bit.
I only
No, I
wanted
mean-
to.
I mean, we
I
don't
only-
know if they have an open marriage, okay? This could
That's
be
true.
all premeditated
That is
and
true.
consensual
That is true.
and
You know,
talked about.
we're expecting heteronormativity out of this, but you never know.
I'm just
mean-
expecting an awakening for the bartender.
I mean, I didn't he
Maybe he already had this
reciprocate last
awakening.
time? Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah.
See, he
Yeah.
doesn't strike me as a guy who cheats on his wife, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. You know, like I trust them to cheat on their wives.
I will be caught dead in Panama before I give concrete details on this
Why-
person's sexual
why
life.
Panama? I was in Panama
So
last
it's an
year.
open marriage.
Game Master, I would like to roll insight on the bartender's sexuality. Please.
Fuck you! Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Sexual
Oh.
history and everything.
Yeah.
Also, which way is the chain facing on this chest?
I would like to roll persuasion on his sexual orientation.
Wow,
Okay,
guys.
oh yeah,
Wait,
that
hold on.
is. I'd like to roll athletics. To find out if I can persuade him.
Yeah. You want to persuade
God.
shaking that booty? Shake that booty.
We
Right.
are
Did
horrible
you-
people,
did you-
guys.
Did Tyr
Yes,
pulls
you
off his
are.
shirt, revealing his his 8-12 pack.
Oh yeah, the One
The
Piece
thing is-
style anatomy.
All right, folks. By the time you've all caught up and exchanged stories from your journeys, Aisling appears. At her side is Mari, the de facto mayor for the time being. She looks at you excitedly, and the Fav waves over Hall, who is in the Roadhouse as well, and finally the commanding force of the guards arrives, and she looks better than ever. Rendari, who doesn't seem to be taking her departure very badly at all. Tyr. How many of you are there? The 10 of you, the 10 of you make your way up to the room you did last week to finally talk about your findings.
Man, we really have some logistic issues in this polycule.
No, we don't.
There is no polycule in this.
Yes, Stacy's
It's a
just a little
one-man
bee.
polycule.
No, Francesca,
Right.
stop handing out handouts. I'm trying to resize them and fit them on the screen somehow.
That appears to be your problem only.
Damn.
I'm just moving them around.
Yeah, now I have to wonder
I
who's the middle of my set. I'm gonna put Aisling as the middle of the centerpiece.
You don't have to. You don't have to see.
DM, there's too many hot NPCs on the screen. I don't know what to do.
Keep calm.
Keep calm and carry on.
can't.
So, first things first. Aisling will welcome all of you and say, "Will say battery is low. Sorry, my earphones are running out of battery.
No.
Will she say that?
Everything
Damn.
that can go wrong right now." She really said that. Huh?
She takes out her AirPods. It's like, I'm sorry,
Like,
I gotta
damn.
charge these. I can't talk to you until I've charged these.
God damn.
Guys, sorry, my mom said that I can't listen to your bullshit anymore.
I just noticed that both Hall and Mick are holding their head while having an eye patch, which is just so funny.
I mean, they got hit deep in the eye and now they have perpetual headaches. It happens.
Sure.
Francesca as a type.
Sure. Aisling welcomes you all and says, "Well then, a week has passed. We've all made our findings. I'm sure we have a lot to talk about and to plan the next 2 weeks. I'm sure you're all as excited as I am to figure out just how we can save this forest." Mari looks a little bit skeptical as she does on the portrait. Rendari doesn't betray anything at all, and Mick is still tired from the journey. Rendari puts down her helmet and turns to you, Tyr. "Report, please. Give me a charisma check to figure out if you could withstand her sheer authority."
Oh, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Wait, charisma.
Can I give Tyr some guidance, like a little pat on? Oh, he doesn't need my
I
guidance.
don't
see.
need your guidance.
How do you respond, Tyr?
Egg. To be
She-
fair, I mean, ever since I've dropped the tabard, I kind of realized that I have my own agenda, you know, and my own goals. But
Well, as it stands right now, civilian, we have the same goals. So,
it appears
the
that
fuck?
even if I'm trying to follow my own goals and my own fulfillment, I end up helping people. So make of that what you will.
our purposes are aligned in this. So, just if you could quit the bullshit and tell me what you found at the mouth of the world.
I did say egg. I must say that is pretty much it all. However, we did find a guy. Well, he was half guy and half bull. But he did tell us that there was some disturbance and that the blue lamp has something to do with it. Ever since it arrived here, it has caused nature to act up, and some outside agents have been messing with the environment.
Daisy
Apart-
picks
Hmm.
on Tear's sleeve and says, "Cuckoo! Tell her about Cuckoo."
Right, and we have
Yes, the
one.
prisoner we have at the healer's hut.
Well,
I-
the bird person that is right here with us that I've freed from the prisoner's hut as
Another
they are
handout.
under threat.
Another handout. You hear a loud. You hear a quiet poof as with a cloud of black smoke. Cuckoo appears right next to you.
Ah,
That is true. Good day, officer. The gathered women here let
I'm a
out a loud
lieutenant,
sigh.
and I'm. Yeah.
No. Cuckoo is saying this to Randari.
Okay, good.
You let out a prisoner. For why?
If you're, I mean, how do you suggest we get information from this person if they feel like they can't trust us? I feel they've
So
earned
you
our trust.
freed him as a gesture of goodwill. Is that how I'm supposed to take it?
It's not a gesture of goodwill. I saw this person for who they are, and what information they have is just too invaluable to treat them with contempt over something that, you know, they are
All
more than
right,
willing to make up for.
let's not let our heads get too hot. The main reason I actually imprisoned this poor fella is that we didn't know just where their lines lay, and now we know perfectly. Isn't that right? And Cuckoo nods as Ashling says that.
As Daisy
Anyway.
nods as well.
You're
I
all
nod
nodding
too.
now.
I don't know why.
I
Randari lets out a loud
Oh.
sigh and turns over to Seti. Seti, please tell me you have a little bit less bullshit and a little bit more facts.
can I get a
Yeah,
no?
Seti,
I
you
am
would know. You would
completely.
remember. Indeed, you still have the Inquisition helmet in your inventory. That the Templar you found talked about a place called Muspel Island, which is supposedly another camp for the Order of the Crooked Man.
I wanted to start with. I must admit I have spent. I guess you could say I've spent some time in the circus now. And
Randari lets out a loud sigh.
I am not quite so sure if there are some evil force or anything, or just like part of nature, like a weird coexisting part of nature we don't understand.
Cuckoo turns to you and raises an eyebrow. We are the rot on the tree. That's what Bloodwood used to say. Fucking bastard. I knew it had a point. If only he had made his point more clear. Of course.
I think indeed it's like mushrooms existing to become soil for new trees. Something like that.
Stacy
Marty,
interjects and says, like, wait, no. Mushrooms are on the roots of trees and help them nutrition themselves. It's not like they do new soil for the trees. And she looks over to Ashlyn in hope she gets approval of that answer.
smirks and says, well, correct. I think we should not detract from the point Seti's trying to make. The circus has a point to be here in nature, and so far as the druids have been here, they've not been much of a they've not made many difficulties. As for Blightwood and Cuckoo, I don't know. If they rose so high in the echelons of the circus, that might mean that they are particularly violent, though. Looking at a feathered friend over here, he doesn't seem very violent at all. Cuckoo looks very ashamed.
They've also given me an amulet, which I'm not sure if they gave me or if the Shadowfell presented it upon me, which I was hoping that Cuckoo could enlighten me a bit more on what this could mean.
Hall looks at you wide-eyed with one eye and says, "You've been to the Shadowfell? That's the same source. That's the same place that was the source of Alphonse magic. Please don't tell me you let it corrupt you."
I don't think so. I thought
hold up-
it.
You hold up the amulet, and it's just a very plain black leather band wrapped around what appears to be a frozen teardrop made of onyx. Quite beautiful. It shines in the light. In fact, I didn't tell you back then, but add to inventory. What is it called? Hang on.
The circus black tear.
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness. It's a nice name.
I've heard of that thing. That's an ancient amulet worn by the high priestess of Umbra. Well, what was left of her anyway. I'd only heard about it in legend. No one I know ever made it all the way down to the bottom of the temple. Does that mean you actually made it?
I did. I spoke with Cuckoo, and I show them the Inquisition helm, and I found a lot of dead people upon my way down, mostly some members of the Order of the Crooked Men.
Well, what condition were they in, civilian?
Dead, but like also shrined up in some way.
I
Like
suppose
part
that's
of
what
a
the circus is
ritual.
doing. I wouldn't
Yes.
think that was a ritual, friend. That was just something my brethren like to do.
Oh.
Decorating the place, they call it.
I did not see any trace of the blue lamp there, though. But the Order was looking for something there at least.
It
And
would make sense that we'd keep it in a place where the order isn't already looking. We want to keep it to ourselves, at least. That's the understanding I had last time. You carry on explaining everything else you found. You put the helmet on the table where the map is already rolled out. You can see that Randari actually put a knife into both into the map of the world and then also the location of Treefall Redoubt, which is the location that Tyr and Stacy knew about. It also puts a knife into a little island near the exit of the forest called Muspel Island. Great. Finally, the council turns to you, Omni and Samara.
Yes.
Well, what did you find, kids? I shouldn't say that. You're probably the same age as me. Mick looks kind of embarrassed.
Well, funny thing, it might be that someone from the circus murdered the Shrine Maiden. And I think the little birdie, and I point to Cuckoo, might know a little bit more about that, actually. Do you know more about that?
One of the things we give up when we enter the circus is a good chunk of our memories. I might have been the murderer myself in a past life, but I wouldn't be able to remember it now.
Anyway, one can jog your memories. Or where to find
Well,
those memories.
suppose you'd have to go to the circus themselves. One of us has to know it. Unfortunately, I'm short on memories. He looks kind of sad at that.
Yeah. Thank you.
If memories is what we need, I might still have something that can help.
And what's that?
If I don't, I still have a potion of remembering.
The bird looks at you wide-eyed. Well, that might just do the trick. That being said, Omni and Sumaru, you are free to finish reporting what you found in Black River Town, which is that the Order was trying to find a divine relic, which Omni has since procured.
That's
Um,
right. And I show him.
What you show them a little cipher, and it kind of glows in the darkness. The room goes awfully quiet as they behold this holy relic. Very good, child. Very good. Do you know what to do with it?
Um, I mean, I guess if we use them during the war, then I would know how to use these then, right?
As far as you know, it's a decoder, but you also
Oh, I guess
think
I need to have I need to have the cipher, I guess, to make sense of it, huh?
well, you do have the cipher. The thing
Hmm.
is, you have the cipher. The thing is, just you don't really have a code, but you remember vaguely that they have another purpose as well. But you also remember that being a relic of Cellon, it is made of moonlight. Strange as that sounds, which is something you need for your personal quest.
That's true. I don't tell them that.
Also, that your twin brother asked you to procure this particular item to save the Blue
Yeah,
Forest.
I definitely don't tell them that. I don't tell them that freaking Deimos, fucking Lord of fucking Hell. I'm in communication with. Yeah, I don't tell them that. That seems like a bad idea. Bad vibes.
That being said, you are in a room with a heretical druid, the daughter of a heretical druid, a formerly undead murder creature, and a former priest to a mad god who wants to destroy everything. Anyway. You also tell them horrifically that the Order of the Crooked Man has started resurrecting their own members in a way that is less than wholesome. With all that, you come to talk about other possibilities, but first I want to make it clear that, once again, there are 5 new locations open to you for explore in the next traveling segment, which will be 2 weeks instead of 1. These locations will be Catapult Pass, which is like an abandoned smuggler's cave. There's a small island where the Rio Prato and the Rio Branco meet, Mospel Island. Mick will accompany the party there should they choose to go. There's an old camping ground at the eastern center of the forest, Treefall Redoubt. Rendari will accompany the party there should they choose to go there. And far to the southwest of Huago is a secret grove that only druids will know the entrance to, the Autumn Dragon Circle. Ashling will accompany the party there. As Ashling explains to you that she plans to fulfill a rite that might help all of you prepare for what is to come and maybe prepare to end the curse on the Blue Forest for good. However, she will not be able to do it by herself, which is why she needs assistance from one of you. Finally, resulting from some of the rumors that that Cuckoo heard while in the infirmary, he will tell you about a place called the Blighted Wood, or the Blightwood, which a place with a very strange name now that you have the context of who it is named after. You don't know much about it, only that it used to be a grove of trees, much like the Autumn Dragon Circle. Only nothing lives or grows there anymore. It's completely dead. It's a blighted wood. Grand. Those are the 5 locations. I will write them back down in the session report. That being said, is there anything else the 5 of you would like to talk about at this meeting with your 6 counselors?
Nothing comes to mind. Honestly.
No, nothing comes to mind. All right.
Nay.
No.
As you all get ready to sleep, you start hearing a horrible din coming from the center of town, what you assume to be the plaza. You can hear fire on the air, and Marty comes into room and comes into your rooms and begs all of you to please come and help out of the plaza because something terrible has happened, and somebody has set fire to the trees to the town's Faesong tree. As you finally arrive there, you can see that people are already fleeing. There's a single person standing at the base of the tree, still trying to hack it down. They turn towards you, and you don't recognize them fully. It appears to be some kind of townie who spouts something about the crooked man and how he will restore order. Finally, you hear a loud boom in the sky as it turns red, and a single flaming eye turns towards you. And we're gonna go a little break for 5 minutes. Back right into the fray. You come upon the burning plaza, the Faesong tree ablaze and being chopped down by a maniac screaming about all of the crooked man as a large flaming eye opens in the sky. And you all feel a strange squirming sensation in your stomach as though you're being pulled to the ground. A voice louder than thunder addresses you. You, heralds of chaos, servants of disorder, you have vexed me long enough. My order will be restored. With you or without you, it makes no difference. Let this be a warning and a reminder that chaos will be destroyed. This town has had it good enough for long enough, and now my children are coming to reap the soil. 6 weeks to give yourselves up, throw yourselves into the Silver River and drown with the rest of them, or your agony shall wreak upon the heavens. Away. And the burning eye disappears, though the burning tree stays, as the cultist staying at the base of the tree starts twitching and mutating as arms start growing out of places they shouldn't be. And soon enough, he becomes a pure mass of limbs that don't quite belong there. Finally, four full wings sprout out of him, and he takes flight, looking down at you. An anointed follower of the Crooked Man, a Desmol. Everyone's already rolled initiative. We're just going to go right into it.
So much for destroying chaos, and now we have this chaos blob in front of us.
Well, you can give me a religion check, Stacy,
Oh, nice. Okay.
to find out what the fuck this chaos blob is.
It's a dragon. That's right.
With a 14, you've heard of Desmols, which are like supposedly the archangels working for the Crooked Man himself. You've never heard them described, really. You just heard tales of their many arms and many wings. It appears that though that being a Crooked Man himself, Ilmar doesn't really care what form his followers take, so long as they can enforce his will. This is an example of that. Great, and it is in fact
Wait,
the Desimals' turn.
Stacy goes like, angel. Side eyes Omni.
Oh, is this what Omni's gonna turn into after puberty? Going to use this once a day ability and cast Vision of the Crooked Man. Everyone, please give me a Wisdom saving throw.
Yes, perfect. Wisdom saving is good for me.
Oof.
Nope.
All right, who got a
Dear
21 or
stupid.
higher?
I did.
Okay,
18.
everyone else. You take 35 fire damage, and you are
Jesus
frightened.
Christ.
And you are frightened until the end of your next turn.
How much?
30
35?
Wait.
No. You surely you have misspoken. You don't mean 38?
35.
35.
De verdad.
Feliz Navidad.
Ay, caramba.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you are frightened until the
I-
end of your next turn if you didn't make a 21 and you all took 35 fire damage.
Oh, fire damage. Okay.
What happens basically is the creature summons another vision of the foul god that it serves, and it burns itself into your retinas and indeed the rest of your body. You cannot help fight an onslaught of panic.
Ah, shit.
Not you, though, Xiomara. You look at it and say, I am an atheist.
Yeah, like I'm fine.
Well, I'm gonna have even more burn scars at the end of this campaign, aren't I?
And it's going to end its turn there. Stacy, it's your turn. You are frightened, meaning you need to run your full movement all the way here. And that's it. You're no longer frightened. Congrats.
Nice. Good. Okay, so no longer frightened.
Tyr, it's your turn. You are frightened. You take your turn running all the way over here, and that's it. You're no longer frightened.
And that's my turn.
That's your turn. Omni, I'm going to give you some grace. You can either move here or here.
What was the second option again?
You can either go
Closer to
south
sea
or
or-
east.
Yeah,
can
closer
go
to
south
sea
or
or
east.
the other way.
Put me closer to Sia. Thank you for framing it in a way that was much easier for me to make a judgment call on that. Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you, Stacy. Seti, you take your turn running over here, and that's
And
it.
I can run away far, you know.
Well, you're at the edge of the map. Finally, Samara, what are you gonna do?
God. Wait, I'm reading something right now. This thing did fire damage. So I can just like conclude out of this that fire probably will not be the thing that kills it faster.
Uh,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh God, you know what? The true and steady cloud of daggers at 3rd level. It's being like, please. Wait, I need to measure something. Is that
Yeah. Let me just get the.
good? It is 60 feet. Alright.
No, that's not like this. Thank you. Not like this. You want it to be a square.
It's like
You want
5
to be a
by
square.
5. I thought
5 by 5.
yeah, the
Okay.
cube 5 feet on each side. So 5 by 5, yeah.
You summon it above one of the left-hand wings of the creatures of the
Yeah.
creature. All right. Roll damage.
Okay.
Or do you need to roll anything?
You don't need to roll anything. You just
Alright.
take it instantaneous, I think. Wait, the creature takes 44 slashing damage when it enters the spell area for the first time. On a turn or starts its turn, they're at higher level. Yes. Okay. Cast 21 slashing.
21 slashing. Magnificent. Okay.
And then I will move. I have 30 feet. I will move there. This
Move behind one of the stalls, yeah.
yes. That's gonna be like I'm out. This is
This is too hot to handle.
no, like this thing in one turn did nearly all of my HP damage. I'm like, God.
Well, it didn't damage you.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just like, God, okay, this is a hard hitter. I better leave the area.
Right, that's your turn, right?
Yeah.
It's going to use one of its legendary actions to teleport over to you.
But also, is it starting its turn in the circle right now?
That is at the end of your turn, which is before the start of its own turn.
Ah, verdammt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Verdammt indeed. Let me just measure something real quick.
Leave me alone.
No. This
That's because
angel
I'm
is a
the
deadly laser.
That's because I'm the only one that doesn't believe in you. But I love how
Okay, let me see
Omni's
here.
kinky uncle told us to basically kill ourselves. It's like, okay, wow, this is so Tumblr 2013.
Omni's kinky uncle told us to kill ourselves.
Please,
That's a really good quote. That's
If
really
it-
this
that-
deserves.
If that's not the episode title, I don't know what is.
If
Oh.
this is not an inspiration, I don't know what is.
Okay, take a point of inspiration, you filthy degenerate.
Yippee.
All right, I'm gonna cut that down to 10 feet, I think. Simara and Omni, why don't you please give me a dexterity saving throw?
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, it's Constitution.
It's unbelievable.
No, I'm taking that back. You said Dex, so
All right, make it dex, you.
no,
Dip.
Do not give players an inch, okay? Absolutely not. They'll take a kilometer. I roll a net 20. That's at 22.
Not way, let's go.
That's a 20.
Nice. I'm so proud of you.
Right, neither of you take the damage that would be incurred when it uses its teleportability.
Thank
Speaking of,
God.
it's now the Decimal's turn. It's going to use its first proper action to use Hands of the Righteous. You can see the arms at the bottom of its body are now going to reach out and try to slap one of you. In this case, it's going to be Omni. Omni, you're going to be... Right, I'm going to roll on World Anvil here, so bear with me. Does
Okay.
23 hit?
What, do I look like a paladin instead of a tank? Yeah, of course the 23 hits.
23 hits. 27 also hits. 17?
17. Does it have to exceed or just meet my AC?
Meets it, beats it.
Damn.
Okay, so my AC is 17, so I guess that is also a hit.
Okay, we're halfway through. 11 does not
no.
hit. 19 hits. 27 hits. That's 5 hits. Let me just check damage here.
Bye,
All
Omni.
right. It was a pleasure
Nice
playing
knowing you.
with you guys. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Let me just
I'm
roll
going
the
down
damage.
with this ship.
I won't turn my head and surrender. Something.
Yes.
Okay, I could have cast shield, but I didn't. So you know what? I'm just gonna eat the next 100 damage coming my way.
Yum yum.
Consume it.
Hands of the Righteous. 3d6 plus 4.
Mm.
Tasty, tasty.
Thank you, game mistress. May I have another? Oh, I'm fucking dead. Oh, I'm fucking
Jesus
dead. Okay.
Christ.
I might
Hang on.
actually-
Omni, you are resistant to radiant damage, if I'm not mistaken.
Am I resistant to radiant damage?
Shit, this thing does
What we
radiant
established last
damage. Oh no.
Wait,
Oh
wait,
no.
it might actually be because of my my origin, isn't it? It might be because of my origin.
I think so.
Let me just read through my entire. Oh my god. Oh, I'm
Let me just-
control Fing the wrong.
Let me
I
just...
resist necrotic and radiant. Yes.
Correct. Let me just roll up the damage then, because you only take half of 2 of those d4s each. How much damage is that total anyway? 29, 42.
Could you imagine if you were making me do the math? It's like, Omni, could you please break out the calculator to see how bad I just kill you?
Wow.
59?
5
It-
damage. That's
It's
pretty
like
manageable.
making someone dig their own grave.
59.
Welcome
But
to
then you go,
D&D.
oh wow, that's only 3 damage actually. That's pretty good.
Okay. 59 and then finally 73, and we're going to deduct from that.
I'm fine.
It's gonna be what is that? That was, what did I just say? 74, right?
Oh,
73.
It was
you meant
73.
40. I heard 40, but
I heard
okay.
27.
I had
Okay,
4.
73
No, I heard
minus 3
73.
minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 minus 3 minus 1 minus 3 minus 3 minus 2 minus 2. You take 50 damage total.
What happens if you're at negative 25 HP?
Well, what is your maximum HP?
I'm sorry, what?
What's your maximum HP?
58.
58. That means you are at 1 failed death save.
All right.
And all damage is transferred to the player, so Maxi takes 25 damage.
Thank you, yo.
We're gonna put that at.
My eyes. This radiant damage went straight to my
Hello.
eyes.
As you can see, the creature flies over and just starts starts laying into Omni.
Yeah,
And
I-
that's
I-
going
I-
to
I would like-
be.
I would like a free action to lay on the floor like that Family Guy meme.
You can actually see steam coming off of Omni's body as they are genuinely smote by this creature, both holy and perverted in equal measure.
I'm so
Stacey,
small,
it
they
is-
roll me up and smoke me.
Stacey, it's your turn.
Alrighty, let's see. I need to look at all my healing spells. Um, mm, 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 mm,
In between questions,
mm. Yeah, ask away.
could this creature be seen as corrupt?
Certainly.
Just the kind of corrupt that could be smote.
Oh yeah, but if you do a divine smite on a divine creature, I don't know how effective that's gonna be.
No. I was thinking of smiting it different. Of course.
Smiting it softly with this song.
Indeed.
I can see Omni lying on the floor, right?
It's hard to miss them, yes.
Okay, good. Because then I will cast Healing Word on 3rd level.
Yeah.
And what you can see is Stacy getting a little silvery glow, and some of her scales show on her skin, and she also flows a little bit in the air while she chants in Druidic, and you see a silvery light coming towards Omni and healing them for, let me check.
For 14 hit points.
Yeah, this seems a little bit low, but okay, we take it.
Omni, you come
So-
back to consciousness at 14 hit points.
Yeah. I'm up. I'm still smoking.
You are very much still smoking.
So this was my wait, no, healing word is
Thank you for the heals.
you're very welcome. Yeah, it's a bonus action. Yes, nice. So I still have my action.
Yeah.
And with my bonus action, I'd like to quickly check. Perfect. I'd like to cold breath the bozo.
Oof.
Yep, roll damage. Do I have to roll anything?
Yes, it's a con save.
Constitution saving throw. Perfect.
Yeah. So
Perfect.
first of all, good. 17 makes it. Let me check what we have in our description.
You still take half damage, I think.
On a fail. Oh no, on a successful. Yes, half damage it will be.
All right.
So let's see.
Roll damage.
Yeah, I rolled nice. I rolled pretty good.
Taking 7 cold damage.
Yes, 7 cold damage. Oh, only
Wait,
7.
no,
Okay.
no, taking full 13. Sorry, I mixed up something.
Oh, so
Sorry.
So what you can deduct is they are indeed prone to cold damage as they are fiery.
That's right. Is that your turn, Stacy?
I'd also like to move. Wait, I need to switch to line again. Yeah, like this way, closer to the fire.
All right. It's getting a little hot. You take 1 fire damage as you stand near the
Okay,
tree.
that's fine. I'm now the meme. It's fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
Is that your turn?
Yes, this is now my turn. Thank you very much.
At the end of your turn, it's going to use its first legendary action this round and teleport over to you. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Wow, it was so close to be 16.
Damn. With that, you take 25 damage as it erupts in a bright divine light and then disappears, only to reappear right next to you in another bright divine flame. Yeah,
Stacy starts to sweat profoundly.
it's getting very hot around you, Stacy.
Yeah.
That's going to be the legendary action, and Tyr, it's your turn now.
All right. This is a problem because all I know is divine, fire, and bonk. I guess I'll
Plus-
bonk the creature. I'll move up to it
Yeah.
and hit it. That doesn't hit, does it?
A 15 does not hit, unfortunately.
A 17.
17
though.
hits.
Nice. Why does it give?
So-
Oh,
Interesting.
that's very weird.
Oh, yeah, it's 1-hand and 2-hand damage.
Oh, I'm dual wielding this shit.
You're double handing it. Okay, you deal 11 damage. I'm just gonna say I don't know why it's higher for 1 hand.
Just look of the die.
Wait, is it one
Uh,
hand damage? Oh, because it's versatile.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Dealing 11 bludgeoning damage. What else?
I can't do anything else. Also, I must say I have to leave. This will be my final turn for this
Dude.
session.
All right, we will finish the round and then end the session, I think. Thank you for
Alright.
playing, Florian.
Thank you.
Good
I will be back.
night.
I love you all. Goodbye.
Nighty-night.
Night.
All right. Omni.
Florian will return, but not Tyr.
But not here. Omni, you are back at 14 HP with 1 bonus action.
All right, back at it again at one bonus action.
Yeah, you get a bonus action when you come back from the dead.
In addition to my regular actions
No,
that I would have.
you only get the bonus action.
Ah, I see. Now when you say it like that, I'm like, oh, a bonus action. Me looking through my list of bonus actions.
Yeah.
What? Wait. This guy's made of radiant energy. I can't branding smite him. Okay. I activate necrotic shroud on myself.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't do anything to this guy just yet, but it will do stuff later.
Okay.
Yeah, I begin to glow, having just come back from the brink of death. I glow with moonlight, and I'm energized to kick this guy's ass. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
If indeed he has an ass. Steady.
Was gonna run up and smash him in the ass face.
It's hard to see just what is supposed to be what with this angel creature. It seems to be made of limbs. Yeah, please roll your attacks.
All right. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits.
Nice. And, yeah, the 12 doesn't.
12 does not hit.
Okay, so then for my first attack. That's 12 magical bludgeoning damage.
Does you mean slashing?
Slashing, sorry.
damage.
And I'm gonna use a key point to attempt a stunning strike to make so it can make a DC 14 con saving throw.
Let me just see. Does a 7 make it? No.
No. So then it is
it becomes.
stunned.
It is stunned.
Wait, it's stunned.
You're doing the same shit you did on the Sanguine Prince fight again.
Yes. Because I'm double checking. Maybe my second attack had advantage. Yeah, my second attack had advantage, so I'm gonna roll it once more then. Oh yeah, then it's a
Yep.
20 to hit.
Will hit. Roll damage.
That's 14 damage slashing on top of it.
14 slashing.
And I guess if I'm remembering, when you hit with a melee weapon attack, yeah, so I can still use another key point to Flurry of Blow.
Alright. Go ahead.
Is it gonna roll with advantage? So, but 14 is gonna miss. But 26 is gonna hit.
26 is gonna hit. Roll damage.
And that's another 14 slashing damage.
Another 14 slashing damage. Laying into his ass face. For real. Well done, Seri.
And he's, by the way, stunned until the start of my next turn.
Very good.
Nice.
Very good. Samara, it's your turn.
It's my turn. I really don't like Stacy this close to the flames. First I'm gonna go right here.
Yeah.
And is Stacy a small or medium thing? Wait. What does it say?
Stacy
Yeah, a
is
small or
technically
medium willing creature.
Stacy is a medium dragon humanoid, yes.
Stacy, are you willing?
I guess I'm a willing creature.
Okay, because like I'm fire resistant, so the flames wouldn't bother me that much anyway. So I would love to use benign transposition to switch our places.
Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot.
And that is literally all that I can do.
Right.
It was
I
such a
believe
lovely move.
you're resistant to fire damage, if I'm not mistaken, meaning you are not
Yeah.
affected by the burning tree.
Yeah.
And that's it for the session.
It is late.
But hey, thanks everyone for playing with me. I had a lot of fun this session, even though at the beginning I wasn't quite sure how to start it. But here we are. I think we've had some lovely moments. We've had some not so lovely moments. Sorry, Omni.
Oh.
No, it was great.
Um,
I don't know what you're talking about. I had fun. I got smoked today.
Pow, 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 pow. I'll have you know that out of the 6 attacks, 1 missed. So
Oof.
You're right. It could have
Good.
been so much worse. You're so
Yeah.
right,
much worse.
Siska.
Yeah, you could be dead.
Yeah.
That's for legal reasons. That's a joke. I don't actually want to punish my players when I give them a challenging boss. It's because I feel like they can
We
deal
can
with
do
the
it.
challenge. I feel like they can do it.
I
And-
already
wouldn't
know
make
what my
this-
next move will be.
I mean, my
wouldn't
case
have
is
made
gonna
this
be
cre-
charging up the gauntlet, so.
Chicken. This guy's named the Crookman's Order. Is that what he get at Starbucks? Well, yeah. Actually, he gets it 8 times because he had 8 arms, Omni. Before we end out this session, can please everyone tell me what their prompt was this session, what their goal was this session?
My mission was to seek war.
War.
Hell yeah, dude. Sadie, what was your goal?
I wanted to embrace the darkness.
I think you did more than that. You went above and beyond. So far, so good. Stacy.
Destroy those who want to destroy nature. I think I didn't really had the chance for that in this session.
You did a very nice attack on this guy who was trying to burn down a tree. So, Xiomara finally.
Be brutally honest.
Oof.
Ooh.
It's kind of a
That's
tough
nice.
pick. It's kind of a tough pick this session. I think everyone really got a nice chance to like fulfill the
There.
Prompt.
I mean,
There,
I got it last session, so you can leave me out already. That makes it a bit
I'm
easier.
trying to leave you out, which leaves me with 3 other players since Tyr gave up. He forfeited
I'm
by
out.
having a wife who wants to sleep.
See, my wife already sleeps and she doesn't bother me.
Mine just got
Dude,
home.
wife diff? Literally, Kosti says, wife diff.
Wife issue. Xiomara, I think I'm going to leave it up to you, actually. Xiomara, tell me your least favorite damage type.
Oh god, wait. What
Fire,
damage
fire.
types are there? No. If I had a list of damage types, it would be so easy.
Wait, I'm gonna try to find one.
Wait, where are the resistances?
Wait. There they are. Wait. wait.
The first result on Google, so that could be AI.
Okay,
Okay,
acid,
here they
bludgeoning,
are.
cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, piercing, poison, psychic, radiant, slashing, and thunder.
That feels correct.
That is also very correct. I think. Wait, where was it? Slashing is something I don't like.
Slashing damage. Congratulations, Xiomara, you're now resistant to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, really good.
Very cool. Before we close out the session for real, and right into Ronnie's stream before everyone goes to bed, anything anyone wants to bring up before we leave today?
I think Siska did a great job, and this was a fun session.
Yeah, and because the
Okay.
truth
So
cuts
much
so
art.
deep. Yeah, but also because the truth cuts so deep, now Xiomara is resistant to slashing damage.
Oh,
That's right.
No.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm so glad they made up finally.
I'm very
Yes.
happy.
Yeah, I'm honestly like it felt like both characters kind of grew up out of this little, childish argument. Also, can we talk about how we just Xiomara and then hotter Xiomara? Can we just talk about that for like 2 seconds?
I'm literally
Fun.
an anime protagonist.
You are.
Meanwhile, I'm
Warm.
just becoming even more edgy, standing in the corner. I knew God's darkness.
I thought you had a really nice moment with Lafave where you talked about your dead loved ones.
I hope they had something out of it.
I mean, they did sniffle.
Oh.
Here, I give you a little spoiler of what might happen next session.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a big AoE effect.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Very cool. Great, fantastic. I'm going to have the poll up by the end of tomorrow, hopefully, and we're gonna try and have another 2 sessions in March. It's also going to be Max's and my birthday,
Damn.
so
Yeah. For people who don't know, Siska and I have literally the same birthday and the same
So cool.
Chinese zodiac.
Literally.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Literally. Fantastic. Great. And with that, I hope everyone has a great night.